Very good morning to everyone. Due to some other commitments and other meetings, Dr. Harsha sir will be delivering his talk later. Now Dr. M. Ramesh sir will be delivering his session on Blue Revolution. The session will be live on YouTube also. If there is any technical glitches like audio or video trouble, please drop a message in the chat box. Shall we start, sir? Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's sharing. You can see the slide. Very good morning. Today we have with us Dr. M. Ramesh sir, CEO, KSTA, and Dr. Lingdal sir, and other KSTA technical staff, senior scientific officers, and all the audience from various districts and states. I welcome you on behalf of KSTA and on behalf of Manage. Before starting this session on Blue Revolution, I would like to give a brief introduction about Dr. M. Ramesh sir. Currently, sir is working as a Chief Executive Officer in Karnataka Science and Technology Academy, which is a Department of Science and Technology's autonomous wing. Sir has finished his BFSc Bachelor of Fisheries in the year of 1987 and completed Master of Fisheries Sciences in the year of 1989, and subsequently completed his PhD in Aquatic Sciences from the University of Agricultural Sciences, Bengaluru in 1995. Apart from this, Sir has awarded international fellowships, Netherlands International Fellowship for Advanced Training in Fisheries Management in Wageningen University, Netherlands, and in International Ocean Institute Fellowship for Advanced Training in Ocean Management in Dalhousie University, Canada, 2006. Sir has also completed many other courses, out of which I would like to read here two. Diploma course in International Environmental Law offered by the United Nations Institute for Training and Research, which is known as UNITAR, in 2011, and also he has completed his Bachelor of Journalism from ICFAI University. Apart from that, I would like to share his professional experience. Sir has worked as a project fellow in an ecological monitoring project at the Department of Aquatic Biology, College of Fisheries, Mangalore, which is affiliated to the University of Agricultural Sciences from December 1992 to December 94. Subsequently, Sir has joined a private tiger shrimp hatchery at Karwar, Karnataka as a technical manager from January 1995 to 96. After a successful stint at the hatchery, Sir has joined as a research associate for an ecological monitoring project at the Department of Aquatic Biology, College of Fisheries, Bangalore, and worked from January 1996 to 1998 for 2 years. Thereafter, worked as a consultant at a tiger shrimp farm at Karwar, and later, Sir worked as a scientist at Karnataka State Remote Sensing Application Center, KSR, Bengaluru, from April 2001 to 2007. He has carried out many projects related to coastal zone management, fisheries, and environmental management, and water resource related projects. In addition, Sir has served as a coordinator for an innovative MTech course in geoinformatics that was started jointly by Karnataka State Remote Sensing Application Center and Survey of India and BTU for engineering graduates from September 2004 to 2007. Sir worked as a scientific officer, senior scientific officer, Karnataka Science and Technology Academy, Department of Science and Technology, Government of Karnataka from May 2007 to 2018.
Umesh,
Sir,
excuse me. Now Harsha is ready. He wants to deliver his talk immediately. Let him
Yes.
deliver. I will deliver at my slot. Okay. Sorry,
Okay, sir.
sorry for the inconvenience.
Sorry, sir. Okay, sir. Fine, sir. Apart from that, sir has published many reputed national and international journal papers. Uh, the Blue Revolution session will be delivered later. Now, Dr. Harsha sir will be delivering the session. We'll get connected to him and we'll start the session. Sharad Kumar sir, I will give you a call so that I am unable to make you panelist. Please check your settings and the Chrome updates. Is that okay, sir?
Yeah, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Yeah, I joined from the same link. So where you have sent for panelists to join?
Yes, sir.
Uh,
But I'm unable to make you panelist.
oh, is it? Okay.
The
So,
application needs to be updated.
so one more clarification: is there any change in the schedule? Because I've been
Uh,
allocated for the session from 10:30 to 11:30.
yes, sir. The next session, sir. Now, Asha sir will be delivering. After that, your session. 1 hour postponed, sir.
Oh, okay, okay, fine, fine. So then I should start from the 11:30.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay.
Thank you, sir. Sir, Harsha sir is joining, sir.
It seems he is joining.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Before that, let me give a brief introduction about Dr. Harsha. Dr. Harsha Naik has completed his bachelor's degree and master's degree and post graduation, rather bachelor's degree from College of Fisheries in 2008, master's in Fisheries Science from Aquatic Environment Management Department, College of Fisheries in 2012. Subsequently, he completed his doctoral degree from College of Fisheries in 2015. He also has obtained a PG diploma in agriculture extension and management offered by Manage. He is also an alumni of Manage. Uh, he has worked on heavy metal concentration in commercially important fin fishes exploited at Mangalore and Malpe fishing harbors, Karnataka, for his PhD research. And for his master's, he has worked on suitability of farm ponds for aquaculture in different regions of Dakshina Kannada. And he has attended many training programs related to fisheries and aquaculture. He has also his work experience. Let me give a brief overview of his work experience. He has worked as a junior research fellow for nearly 7 months, later as block technology manager for more than a year, then junior research fellow for 2 years, and senior research fellow for 2 years. And he has been the assistant professor at the Fisheries Research and Informatics Center since 2007. This brief background request Mr. Harsha to deliver a talk on aquarium fishes, or rather ornamental fishes. Dr. Harsha. ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ರಾಜು ಇಲ್ವಾ? ಒಂದ್ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿ 12:30 ಜಾಯ್ನ್ ಆಗಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಡಿ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್. ಇದು ಲೇಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ನಾನು ಮುಗಿಸ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಹುಡುಗರೆಲ್ಲ ವೆಯ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವ್ರು ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡ್ಲಿ, ದೆನ್ ಇರ್ತೇನೆ. ಹೌದು, can't join the meeting. Yeah, can't join the meeting ಅಂತ Hello, good morning. There is some problem for Dr. Harsha to join, so I will start my talk. So I'll be speaking on Blue Revolution towards achieving nutritional security. So as you know, global fish production stands at 178.5 million metric tons. Out of that, capture fisheries is about 96.4 million tons, which includes marine 84.4 and inland 12 million metric tons. Global aquaculture again is surging ahead with 82.1 million metric tons, with 30.8 million metric tons coming from marine sites and 51.3 from inland sector. Total fish value is around 400 billion. Now per capita consumption of fish, if you take, it's around 20.3 kg per year per person, and it provides employment for over 100 million people. And global population, as you know, it may reach up to 9 billion. Out of that, Indian population will be at 1.7 billion. So global fish production to cater to the needs of 9 billion people would be around 240 million metric tons, and Indian fish production should reach 30 million metric tons. Now, aquaculture production also has to increase. Globally, it should be 140 million metric tons, and aquaculture production in India should be around 20 million metric tons. Now, this is the scenario of annual fish production of India. Area of the country is 33.29 million square kilometers, Indian area of the country, and length of the coastline is 8,118 kilometers, and the exclusive economic zone is 2.2 million square kilometers. Exclusive economic zone covers 2.02 million square kilometers. Out of that, continental shelf area is around 0.53 million square kilometer. Then fish production, if you consider, in 2016, 15-16, it was around 10.76 million metric tons, and it reached 14.16 million metric tons in 2019-20. And value add for exports, if you take from our fisheries, it was 30,420 crore rupees in 2015-16, which reached 46,662.85 in 1920. Again, it gives the data of Indian fisheries, marine 3.72, inland 10.43. In 1980s, it used to be the reverse. Marine fish production through capture was highest compared to inland fisheries. Inland fisheries was not giving 10.43 million metric ton at that time, and due to brackish water shrimp culture all along the coast, the production of fish from inland sector has increased so much. As I told, exports of Indian marine products was around 47,000 crore rupees, and it constituted 7.73% of the global share. In aquaculture production, India stands second in the world, next only to China, and second major inland capture fishery fish producer, which constitutes around 14% of the global fish production. And India is the fourth largest food exporter in the world. And if you take the contribution of fisheries sector to national gross domestic products, it's around 1.24%, while agriculture GDP, if you take, fisheries contributes to about 7.28%. Now, fish for all is the motto. Again, the total fish production I told, and compounded annual growth rate of fish and fishery product is around 10%. And yesterday, Dr. Manjappa was speaking about nutritional value of fish. It contains a large, good quantity of protein and PUFA, polyunsaturated fatty acids, icosa pentanoic acid and decosa hexanoic acid are the unsaturated fatty acids that is contained in the fish. Then it provides good livelihood for fishermen and contributes a large chunk to exports. And capture fisheries has almost stagnated, I should say. There is still scope for increasing aquaculture fish production. This is again the scenario of fisheries sector in India. Marine fish production 3.72, inland fish production 10.43. Total expenditure for development of fisheries sector was 64,025.86 lakh was the amount spent for the development of fisheries sector. And contribution of fisheries sector to Indian economy, it total worth of fisheries is 2,12,915 crore. Percentage contribution of fisheries sector to Indian economy is 1.24. As I told, in agriculture sector, it contributes 7.28%. And again, the same data has been put here. Now, if you take Indian fisheries resource for culture of fish and capture fisheries, our coastline is 8,190 kilometers, exclusive economic zone. That means from the coast to towards the sea, 320 kilometer is the exclusive economic zone. 320 kilometers or 200 miles from the coast to the sea is the exclusive economic zone. It covers 2.02 million square kilometers. And continental shelf, which is the highly productive area, it is about 5.05 million square kilometers. Rivers and canals 1.97 lakh kilometers, reservoirs 3.15 million, ponds and tanks 2.35 million, and oxbow lakes and derelict water bodies. That means derelict means the water bodies that are not used, rather abandoned. Oxbow lakes and these water bodies constitute 1.3 million hectares, and brackish water resources that we have is about 1.24 million hectares. That means the place where sea and river meet is called brackish water, and estuaries 0.29 million hectares. Category of fish diversity. India is highly diverse in fish, and as you know, India is one of the 17 mega biodiversity rich countries and contributes 7% of the global fish production. It is home for more than 10% of the global fish biodiversity. It is the home for more than 10% of the global fish biodiversity, such as the vast diverse nature of our fisheries resources. And if you take freshwater, we have identified around 877 species. In brackish water, 113 species, and marine 1,518. So totally 2,508 species have been identified, indigenous species. Exotic species are 2,291. So grand total number of fin fish diversity, rather fish species that we find in our country is 2,799. And shellfish diversity is also very high in India. Crustaceans, if you take crustaceans, include prawns. Freshwater, we have 504 species. Marine, we have 2,430. So totally 2,934 species of crustaceans are available in our country. And molluscan includes bivalves such as clams, perna, mussels, etc. will come under this category. In freshwater, we have 1,700 species of freshwater uh, molluscans, and marine, if you take, we have 3,370. Totally 5,070 molluscans are there in our country. Echinoderms, if you take starfish and others, 765, and sponges 486 species. Seaweeds 844 species are available along the coast and inland waters of India. Fish, this is a very interesting thing. Each state has declared one fish species as their own state fish. If you take West Bengal, Ilsa is the state fish, and Bihar, Magur, Tripura, Ompag bimaculatus, then Arunachal Pradesh, Golden Mahasir, Himachal, Golden Mahasir. For Karnataka, Pantius Karnatacus is the fish species of the state. It is also called Carnatic carp. And somebody from Arunachal Pradesh, it is Golden Mahasir. Somebody from Arunachal Pradesh is there in the group. And this one, Jammu and Kashmir, we have Golden Mahasir, Torpitutora. Andhra Pradesh, it is Channa striatus. So each state has identified one fish species as their state fish. Average annual per capita fish consumption in different states of India, if you take Lakshadweep tops with 105.6 kg per year, which accounts to about 300 grams of fish every day. And in Andaman Nicobar comes next to Lakshadweep with 59 kgs. Tripura is third with 25.45 kg. And Karnataka, if you take, it is 11.66 kg. So you can see the consumption pattern of fish in different states of the country. Haryana very poor in eating fish. Even Delhi is the similar case. Delhi, Rajasthan, Uttarakhand. Their consumption of fish is very less. The sorry. Okay. World Health Organization recommends consuming 12 kg fish per year. Fish is, as you know, it is rich in proteins and polyunsaturated fatty acids. This is the data has been taken from a business line of the Hindu published on July 26th, 2021. Again, the same. India has reached 14 million metric tons in fish production. National Fisheries Development Board and Ministry of Fisheries at the center are taking care of fisheries sector at the center. And three large schemes that we have is Blue Revolution. It started in earlier to that there was a talk of Blue Revolution. In 2015, 3,000 crores was earmarked for Blue Revolution for improvement of fisheries and aquaculture. And Infrastructure Development Fund, in 2018 it was 7,522 crores. And the PM Matsya Sampada Yojana in 2020, 20,050 crores was earmarked, and India is aiming at developing a blue economy. All sectors of the maritime domain, living and non-living resources, tourism, and ocean energy are proposed in blue economy. In the sense, increasing fish production, both living and also non-living resources like ferromanganese nodules, petroleum, and improvement in tourism and harnessing energy from oceans like harvesting tidal energy, wave energy, and so on. For that, 20,050 crores has been earmarked. And the National Fisheries Policy was also brought out in 2020. And fisheries sector development schemes, the same thing that the previous slide had. A Blue Revolution scheme, 3,000 crores from 2015-16 to 2019-20 for development of fisheries sector. In 2018-19, fisheries and aquaculture infrastructure development. For this, 7,520 crores fund was spent for providing concessional finance for fisheries and aquaculture infrastructure. And in 2021, Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana, under this scheme, 20,050 crores was invested for sustainable and responsible harnessing of fisheries potential, strengthening and modernizing value chain, and robust regulatory framework. Now, Blue Revolution scheme, again, the repetition of what I told in the previous slide. And now let me play.
The Blue Revolution. You have to imagine, when new technology stimulated the Green Revolution until late in the 1960s, and thereby increased agricultural production worldwide, the Blue Revolution started immediately after, and it's not yet finished. The Blue Revolution refers to the continued intensive growth of agriculture worldwide, and we are in the midst of it. Today, aquaculture and fisheries provide over 3 billion people with 20% of their animal protein, and the contribution of aquaculture is growing, and so it should be. If we aim to feed a growing world population that may reach over 9 billion people in the year 2050, we need to produce more fish protein. Right now, it is capture fisheries that supplies most of the fish protein, but the sustainable exploitation of these natural stocks has already been maximized. This means the increase in consumption of fish protein can best be realized by a further expansion and refinement of aquaculture. Even more so when you realize that right now, only 2% of the world's food supply comes from the ocean, where 70% of our globe is covered by water. But also fish nutrition and health in on-land recirculating systems will increasingly support the enormous potential of aquaculture. Of course, by definition, a revolution will be followed by a new system. And this is where we can learn from the past. Think of issues such as the public's perception of intensification, pressure of infectious diseases and associated mortalities. Think of animal welfare. We realize the importance of the lessons learned from the Green Revolution. At my group, we consider the concept of circularity, as presently being developed for livestock, should also become an important guiding principle for the aquaculture systems of the future. The key point of this concept is that livestock should not consume products that can also be directly eaten by humans. And the same principle applies to aquaculture, but it will require their own circular approach. Aquaculture will need to start feeding down the trophic levels and concentrate on biomass not directly eaten by humans. Fish in aquaculture should avoid feed-food competition, so fish should not eat other fish, but should feed on insects or leftovers or omega-3 fatty acids from microalgae or seaweed, and maintain their health in circular aquaculture systems. I am convinced that with the help of such resource-efficient aquaculture systems, both in the marine environment and on land, be it recirculating or not, we can fulfill the world's current and future needs for nutritious proteins from fish. The Blue Revolution, you have to imagine.
Yeah, sure. Umesh. ಉಮೇಶ್ ಕರೆಯಪ್ಪ. ಅರ್ಜೆಂಟ್ ಇವ್ರ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ. ಉಮೇಶ್ ಕಟ್ಟಾಗ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ ಕಣ್ರಿ.
ಪ್ರಧಾನಮಂತ್ರಿ ಮತ್ಸ್ಯ ಸಂಪದಾ ಯೋಜನೆ ಕೇಂದ್ರ ಸರ್ಕಾರವು ಪ್ರಸ್ತುತ ವರ್ಷದಿಂದ ಜಾರಿಗೊಳಿಸಲು ಉದ್ದೇಶಿಸಿರುವ ಪ್ರಧಾನಮಂತ್ರಿ ಮತ್ಸ್ಯ ಸಂಪದಾ ಯೋಜನೆಯು ಮೀನುಗಾರಿಕಾ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರದ ಸುಸ್ಥಿರ ಮತ್ತು ಜವಾಬ್ದಾರಿಯುತ ಬೆಳವಣಿಗೆಗೆ ರೂಪಿಸಿರುವ ಯೋಜನೆಯಾಗಿದೆ. ಮೀನುಗಾರರ, ಮೀನು ಕೃಷಿಕರ ಸಾಮಾಜಿಕ, ಆರ್ಥಿಕ, ಸರ್ವತೋಮುಖ ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿಗಾಗಿ ಹಲವು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳನ್ನು ಈ ಯೋಜನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ರೂಪಿಸಲಾಗಿದೆ. ಮೀನುಗಾರರು ಸಾಮಾಜಿಕ, ಆರ್ಥಿಕ ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿಯ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ಸೂಚ್ಯಂಕಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಹಿಂದೆ ಬೀಳುತ್ತಿರುವುದರಿಂದ ಬಡತನ ಮತ್ತು ಹಿಂದುಳಿದಿರುವಿಕೆಯ ಸುಧಾರಣೆಗೆ ಅಗತ್ಯವಾದ ಉತ್ತೇಜನವನ್ನು ನೀಡುವ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಧಾನಮಂತ್ರಿ ಮತ್ಸ್ಯ ಸಂಪದಾ ಯೋಜನೆ ರೂಪಿತವಾಗಿದೆ. ಜಲಚರ ಸಾಕಣೆಗಾಗಿ ಕೊಳ, ಫಿನ್ ಫಿಶ್ ಮೊಟ್ಟೆ ಕೇಂದ್ರಗಳು, ಜಲಚರ ಸಾಕಣೆಗಾಗಿ ಹೊಸ ಕೊಳಗಳ ನಿರ್ಮಾಣ, ಅಲಂಕಾರಿಕ ಮೀನು ಮಾರಾಟ ಘಟಕ ಮತ್ತು ಅಲಂಕಾರಿಕ ಮೀನು ಸಾಕಾಣಿಕಾ ಘಟಕಗಳು, RAS, ಬಯೋಫ್ಲಾಕ್ನಂತಹ ತಂತ್ರಜ್ಞಾನ ಆಧಾರಿತ ವೈಜ್ಞಾನಿಕ ಮೀನು ಸಾಕಾಣಿಕೆ ಘಟಕಗಳು, ಮೀನು ಆಹಾರ ಘಟಕಗಳು, ಶೈತ್ಯೀಕರಣ ಘಟಕ ಮತ್ತು ವಾಹನಗಳು, ಐಸ್ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ನೊಂದಿಗೆ ಮೋಟಾರ್ ಸೈಕಲ್, ತ್ರಿಚಕ್ರ ವಾಹನ ಸೇರಿದಂತೆ ಜಲಾಶಯಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಪಂಜರಗಳ ಸ್ಥಾಪನೆ, ತೆರೆದ ಜಲ ಪ್ರದೇಶಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಪೆನ್ ನಿರ್ಮಾಣ, ಜೀವಂತ ಮೀನು ಮಾರಾಟ ಘಟಕಗಳ ಸ್ಥಾಪನೆ, ಮೀನು ಮೌಲ್ಯ ಉದ್ಯಮ ಘಟಕಗಳು ಮುಂತಾದ ಉಪಕ್ರಮಗಳು ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಸೇರಿವೆ. ಪ್ರಧಾನಮಂತ್ರಿ ಮತ್ಸ್ಯ ಸಂಪದಾ ಯೋಜನೆ 2020-21 ಆರ್ಥಿಕ ವರ್ಷದಿಂದ 2024-25 5 ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಅವಧಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅನುಷ್ಠಾನಗೊಳ್ಳಲಿದೆ.
Okay, thank you very much for watching two videos which are related to Blue Ocean and our Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana SY initiatives of Government of India. As you know, objectives of PMMSY is to harness fisheries potential in sustainable and responsible way, inclusive and equitable manner, enhancing fish production and productivity through expansion of area of fish production, intensification. Now most of the farms are cultivating fish in a extensive or semi-intensive mode of culture, but we have to intensify the production of fish. It is one of the objectives. And diversification, we should not only restrict to few species, we have to explore other species for culture. And productivity utilization of land and water, the maximum utilization of land and water should be made. and modernizing and strengthening value chain. As you know, post-harvest management is very important. Otherwise, quality will decrease. We have to have a cold chain system, a good cold chain system to take the product from the harvest area to consumers, either from the area of production to the port. And the aim is to doubling fishermen's income and generation of more employment in fisheries sector. And now, as we know, fisheries sector contributes 7% to the agricultural GDP, which should be enhanced further, and exports from the present 44,000 crore rupees to further increase, and social, physical, economic security of fishermen and those who are connected with fisheries should be taken care. And robust fisheries management and regulatory framework have to be taken into account. As you know, in some of the areas tuna will be caught, which will only will reduce the fish production in the coming years if they catch juveniles. Pradhana Mantri PMSSY, again, it is a flagship scheme at estimated 20,050 crores, which under which central share is 9,407 crore, state share is 4,880 crore, and beneficiary contribution is 5,760. This is total sum of the scheme. The PMSSY, apart from Atma, this is in addition to Atmanirbhar Bharat. Rather, it is a part of Atmanirbhar Bharat package. PMSSY is an umbrella scheme with two separate components: central sector scheme, centrally sponsored scheme. Implementation is from 2021 to 24-25. In all the states and union territories, 20,050 crores will be spent on the development of fisheries sector. There are 100 several standalone as well as interrelated activities in this scheme, and focus on fisheries development in islands, northeast Himalayan states and union territories, and some of the aspirational districts of the state. Again, the activities and investments under PMSSY. Key activities: fishing harbor and landing center development, 3,000 crores. Post-harvest and cold chain infrastructure, 1,400 crores. Development of deep sea fishing. In fact, in India, deep sea fishing is in very, very infantile stage. Not many fishing vessels go deep into beyond 50 meters depth. And monitoring and control of surveillance in order to control foreign vessels fishing in our own exclusive economic zone. We have to have good monitoring and control surveillance. And markets and marketing infrastructure has to be improved. As you know, fish is highly perishable. We have to have a good storage facility in markets, and integrated modern coastal fishing villages is another objective with the 750 crore investment. The insurance for fishing vessels and fishermen, as you are aware, during post-monsoon season, seas will be highly rough. Always there is a possibility of fishermen caught rough weather. For them, insurance, if something happens to fishermen or fishing vessels, we have to have a good insurance policy. And fisheries extension and support services, 531 crore, and strengthening and safety and security of fishermen at sea, 430 crore rupees are planned for spending. Livelihood and national support for fishermen, 1,350 crores, and Swachh Sagar Abhiyan. This scheme, 125 crore rupees is being spent. As you know, most of our beaches are spoiled with garbages from the land. As you may be aware, in the sea, 80% of the wastage that we found is land-based. So whatever we throw on land may end up in sea. We have to take care for this. You are all aware of plastic menace in the sea. I will not go into details about that. And branding of fish is also one of the things that we should take. Like for in Himalayan regions, we get trouts. This is the only area that we get trout. So geographical indication of fish to be tried in different parts of the country. As I told, each state has its own state fish. For them, we should try for geographical indication. And deep sea fishing, as I told, the 1,605 crore rupees is earmarked. It provides employment to around 2 lakh fishermen. It reduces fishing pressure in inshore waters. Most of the 90% of our fishes come from inshore waters. Beyond inshore, till our 200 miles exclusive economic zone, we have not been able to harness fisheries resources and increased fishing days at sea, reduce wastage and maintain good quality, have deep sea fisheries resources. As I told, it's very minuscule as at present, and reduce expenditure per trip and enhance incomes and safety is another thing that we should take care and improve export competitiveness. Then integration with fishing harbors and processing plants is another thing. Then seamless cold chain. As we know, fish is highly perishable. We should have good cold chain system. Marine cage farming is again picking up. And now at present, contribution of marine cage farming is very less. We should start exploring marine cage culture. Investment under PMMSY is around 636 crores. It provides employment for around 4 lakh persons. Entrepreneurship development model, cold chain, other things I have already told. And seaweed cultivation is again another possibility with PMSSY expending around 640 crore rupees, and this will give economic empowerment for coastal women. And this is a zero risk entrepreneurship. It is expected to provide 6 lakh employment, direct and indirect to employment to the fisheries sector. And the users, as you know, seaweed could be used for agar, algin, carrageenan, manure, biofertilizer, bioactive metabolites could be extracted from these seaweeds. These are some of the species of seaweeds that we find along our coast. Brown seaweeds, your Phyceae, as sargassum, turbinaria, and kelp, laminaria. Red Sea, rhodophyceae, agar, carrageenan, yielding Gracilaria, Giladiella, Icnia, and Kappa ficus are the species that we find along our coast. Another species of seaweed is green seaweeds, Chlorophyceae. It has the important species under this category is colored point vulva, and 2020 the quantity rather in tons of seaweeds that was produced is 25,000 tons. In 2025, it's expected to be more than a lakh tons with PMMS support. These are some of the products that could be extracted from seaweeds. This is the seaweed cultivation. Salinity tolerant rice, then cowpea, coastal agriculture. Along the coastal area, agriculture is to be encouraged. Like we have already a variety of rice variety, paddy variety, and guava cowpea is another crop that could be cultivated. And these are mangrove, a portal development for soil health management, the exploration of fish biodiversity along Goa. These are some of the fishes that we along Goa coast. 186 aquatic, 55 freshwater, and 212 marine species have been recorded usually for. Now, brackish water aquaculture, as I told, area where sea and river water meet. We have pulse spot, meat fish, mullet, sea bass. And this is the shrimp hatchery, sea production. This is the shrimp farm. This is picture of gravid female. Inland fisheries is another sector which has to be encouraged under PMSSY. Inland fisheries and aquaculture expansion is another objective. 31,500 hectare expansion is proposed with quality seed and feed. 3,617 crore rupees is being spent, and reservoir development again 10 lakh area under reservoirs are proposed to be developed for fish culture. It generates around 7 lakh employment for 7 lakh people. This scheme, 855 crores is proposed to be spent. Some 6 lakh hectares of reservoirs and 1.5 lakh hectares of wetlands are again proposed to be developed. Cage and pen culture are other areas of development proposed, and ornamental fish. In India, there is a good scope for improvement in ornamental fisheries. My friend Dr. Harsha Naik will deliver a talk on this. This is again development of reservoirs and wetlands proposed under PMSSY. Cage culture, it is still in infancy. We have to improve cage culture both inland and sea. Near KRS, rather KRS backwater has a cage culture initiative taken by a private entrepreneur. These are the fishes and other fishes harvested from cage, catfishes. Technology infusion, more drop per drop. It is the aim. We should aim to get more production from less water. Investment under PMSSY is 1,236 crores, provides employment to around 2 lakh persons. Recirculatory aquaculture systems, biofloc, aquaponics, high density pond culture, integrated multi-trophic aquaculture and culture. My colleagues yesterday, Dr. Manjappa and Dr. Shivkumar spoke about this. These are the possible fish species: pampano, sea bass, shrimp, pangasius, tilapia, magur, and scampi. Advantages of more crop per drop, more crop in less land, quality fish, disease-free fish. All seasons you get fish. High productivity. Productivity is as of now low. We have to increase the productivity of fish, and you fetch good price for fish, and the profitability is also high, and it could be marketed in semi-urban. These are some of the freshwater aquaculture fishes. Katla, rohu, mrigal are the Indian major carps. The exotic carps are here: common carp, grass carp, silver carp, and these are the growth ponds and circulatory hatchery, seed farm, harvest, and another species is tilapia. Integrated aqua parks are being proposed in India with shrimp park, seaweed park, ornamental fish park, marine tuna park, parkfish park, tilapia park, pangasius park, and multi-purpose park. These are the proposed aqua parks under PMSSY with 600 crore investment, which provides 3 lakh employment. The aim is to get good quality food and seed, cold chain, business enterprise, marketing, export, training, capacity building, startup, incubation, research, fisheries culture or other areas of interest. This, as I would like to give an example of aqua park already started. India's freshwater integrated aqua park proposed to be established at Sairo in Arunachal Pradesh at an estimated cost of around 50 crores. That is the first integrated aqua park that's proposed to be established. Ornamental fish, I don't go into details. My friend Dr. Asha Naik will speak on this. Under aqua park, 100 crore rupees is proposed to be spent, and new aquarium markets promote ornamental fish as pets and hobby, aquaria in homes, schools and offices, make in India in aquarium manufacturing. At present, we are importing aquariums from Thailand, Taiwan, other countries. We have to make our own aquariums of international standard. The development of ornamental fishes in India, again, my friend will give a detailed overview on this. Aquatourism is another area where fisheries development could be done. These are some of the aquatourism online fishing line and fish harvest. These are some of the activities that could be taken up in aquatourism. Cold water fisheries, as you know, Northeast Himalayas and Kashmir are endowed with a good number of fishes, cold water fishes. Under PMSSY, it's proposed to spend 330 crore and for the development of cold water fisheries. There are a few species of fish which are being harvested, like mahseer, snow trout, Indian hill trout, and one of the major game fish in Himalayas is mahseer. And fish processing, these are some of the products, pickle, cans, and this is where this one shrimp is built. National Fisheries Policy. These are some of the policies. Fishing Vessel Charter Policy, Revised Charter Policy 1986. Report of Murari Committee. This Murari Committee is mainly for development of deep sea fishing, comprehensive marine fishing policy, and deep sea fisheries policy, national fisheries policy, national mariculture policy. These are some of the policies that India has already brought out. The key targets. This is a summing up thing. Fish production in 1819 it was 137.5 lakh tons. By 2024 it's proposed to increase to 20 lakh tons. Average annual growth of fish production in 1819 was 7.53, but it's proposed to be increased to 9%. Average aquaculture productivity at present is 3.3 tons per hectare, which is proposed to be increased to 5 tons per hectare. Fisheries export for at present 46,589 crores, which is proposed to be increased to 1 lakh crore. Post harvest losses is at present staggering 25%, which is proposed to be reduced to 10%. Employment generation at present provides employment to 15 lakh persons, which in 2024 proposed to be increased to 55 lakh. Doubling the exports of Indian fish products is again another thing proposed under PMSSY. So in 2018, 7 billion US dollars worth 14 lakh tons fish was produced, which we propose to increase to 31 lakh tons by with worth 14.3 billion US dollars. So almost double the total income that we get from fisheries sector. This is again fish foresight, 25 million metric tons by 2030. In 2020, it was 14.2. These are the areas where we can increase the productivity. Investment opportunity, aquaculture, reservoir cage cultivation. As I told, already a person has taken up cage culture in the backwaters of KRS. Mariculture, seaweed farming, ornamental fisheries, bivalve farming, technology-based aquaculture. These are the areas which require investment. To support services, brood banks have to be established, and we have to be self-sufficient in seeds, and hatcheries have to be established. Aquaculture inputs have to be obtained in India itself. Brood stock multiplication centers have to be established. Nucleus breeding centers near to the farm itself. We should have breeding centers of fishes. Contract farming and buyback arrangements have to be made. Feed manufacturing and cage fabrication. Cage fabric now is being imported, and we should be self-sufficient in this area as well. Again, entrepreneurship model, innovation, incubation, and startups. And fisheries sector in Karnataka, if you take, Karnataka has 320-kilometer long coastline with 27,000 square kilometer continental shelf and 5.65 lakh hectares of various inland water resources. Brackish water area is around 8,000 hectares, about 9.61 lakh fishermen in the state, of which 3.28 lakh fishermen in marine and 6.33 lakh fishermen in inland sector are in the fisheries activity. The average fish production is 5.9 lakh tons from all the sources. Contribution of marine sector is 66%, inland is 34%. It's just reverse. In the state, we have to increase inland fish production. In the national level, as I told, inland sector contributes 70%, whereas the marine capture fisheries contributes 30%. Fish production from state contributes to 4.46% of India's total fish production of 14 million metric tons. And the state ranks 9 in the fish production. In marine fish production, state ranks 6, whereas in the inland it's 9. Current level of per capita fish availability is 8.8, but the consumption is 11 kg per annum. So we have to get fish from other states. Contribution of fisheries sector is 7,827 crores in 2021. Exports of marine products from Karnataka was metric tons during 2025. In the Yadagiri district, as you may be aware, has produced 7,416 tons of fish as against the target of 6,904 tons. And district-wise, Dakshina Kannada is tops in marine fisheries sector with 1,63,000, Udupi 11,000, 1,17,000, and Uttara Kannada 1 lakh. Now, the advanced technologies like IoT and artificial intelligence also could be made use of in fisheries sector. As you may be aware, there is overfishing. With these advanced technological tools, you can know the area where overfishing is being done. Data from satellite imagery along with drone, onboard, and underwater IoT devices help to monitor the catches, the location of vessels where the fishing is being carried out, and enforce sustainable fishing practices. And large fishing companies can use the same data to assist traceability and supply chain transparency. And it also helps the end consumer to be more conscious when making purchasing decisions. Precision fishing also could be done with Internet of Things and AI insights to optimize where and when they fish, along with sensors that detect the fish and catch size, and also onboard cameras that assist with sorting the catch. These technologies also help the fishing industry to improve its operational costs with insights to reduce fuel consumption. They can, with the satellite data, they can locate the area where more fish is available so that the fuel consumption will be less and optimize the maintenance of fleets using a predictive maintenance. McKinsey Global company has reported that if large-scale fishing companies worldwide move to this model, they could decrease their annual operating costs by staggering $11 billion per year. So health and welfare of fish farms also could be managed with the IoT and AI. A drop in the water quality or disease outbreak can be a catastrophe. Early detection can help farmers intervene before an outbreak occurs and improve fish welfare. So IoT sensors can provide data on fish behavior, water condition, physiology to smart fish farms, which can produce a model for early detection of any disease outbreak. And feeding optimization also could be done with IoT and AI-based technologies. And harvest optimization also could be done with these technologies. Now, blockchain technology is another technological tool that could be used for improving the traceability. Now, QNOT traceability also has been carried out, which will stop illegal and unsustainable fishing practice in Pacific Islands tuna industry. This blockchain has already been used in Pacific Islands. The first implementation of blockchain technology for seafood industry was initiated way back in 2017. Three companies partnered in order to create the first dedicated blockchain system to origin, data, and tracking for the international seafood industry. The Earth Twine Status platform was these three were the Earth Twine, Sparkle, and Status were the companies that came together for this particular initiative of using blockchain. This will provide the means to increase the traceability for fish products in the sense where the fish has been caught could be understood and how much has been caught also could be known. Directly targeting IUU, unreported fisheries and illegal fisheries could be managed with blockchain. With this, I complete my talk and thank you. I'm very grateful to all the participants and also the managed for providing me the opportunity to speak to you on Blue Revolution. If you have one or two questions, I'm ready to take. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. You did a great explanation with short videos. There are two questions. Which aquaculture is cost effective?
Which aquaculture?
Yes, sir. Can you please explain about aquatourism? Two questions.
Aquatourism is being, as I told, aquatourism is being developed, not fishing. This one with this one fishing, as I told in aquaponics, sorry, a minute. This is still in an infantile stage, not developed so much. See, fishing, somebody who wants to fish is, as I told, Masir is a good game fish. They can catch the fish with lines, and those who want to catch fish directly can go to farm and catch. But this is not a fully developed industry as such now. It will take some more years to develop. And coming to aquaculture, cost effective in the sense we have to reduce the cost of feed. Feed cost is more than 60-70%. Then we have to reduce it. Then it will become economically viable. At present, shrimp culture and inland fisheries culture are quite viable. Many fishermen have taken up along Andhra coast and even along Karnataka coast. Many people are carrying out this shrimp culture and inland fish product aquaculture has to be developed further. Now only this one inland water bodies like lakes, tanks will be are being used by leaving fish seeds there for about 6 to 7 months, and they are harvesting, and artificial aqua ponds are not very many in the state as such. Thank you. Umesh?
You, sir. Sir, is it possible to double the fisherman's income? Any success stories can you explain, sir?
It is proposed in PMSSY. That's why they would like to double the income of fishermen. In advanced technological tools have to be used, like NRSC is providing data on the area where fisheries, OceanSat, you may be aware, ISRO is providing data of OceanSat, which is being used by fishermen. It will give the area where fish concentration is more depending on the temperature and phytoplankton availability, and fishermen have been going to that area and fishing fish PFZ area, you may be knowing, potential fishing zone. Daily it will be sent to the fisheries department along the coast, and fishermen are being rather data is being used by fishermen to harvest the fish in sea. Okay.
Any success stories they can find, sir?
Huh?
Any success stories where they can find, sir, in the website or?
No, in Andhra Pradesh there are many success stories. If you visit Andhra Fisheries website, or even in Karnataka, there are one or two few success stories. If you visit Department of Fisheries, you'll be able to get.
Thank you, sir. Now, due to interest of time, we will move to the next session by Dr. Sharat Kumar Pattar, sir, on IPR.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. On behalf of KST and on behalf of all the audience and on behalf of Manage, thank you very much, sir, for this wonderful presentation on Blue Revolution. So now we will move to next presentation.
Thank you very much. Before starting the presentation of Dr. Sharat Kumar Pattar, who will be speaking on IPR, let me give a brief introduction on the achievements of Dr. Sharat Kumar. Sharat Kumar Pattar is currently working as Head Patent Cell at All India Institute of Speech and Hearing Institute, Mysore. He has completed Masters and pursuing doctoral research in bioinformatics from Kuala University, Shankargatta, Shimoga. He has 8 years of experience in IPR field through IP management, facilitation, technology commercialization at ITMU of ICR, NPAR, and as an IP mentor and executive at RKVY, RAF, TAR sponsored Startup Incubation Center, Navik Agri Business Incubation Center, ICR Nivedi, Bangalore, and he also exposed to IPR policy framing by serving as a STEM manager at CPAM at Udyog Bhavan, New Delhi. His expertise include IP informatics, aspects of copyrights, geographical indicators, startup mentoring, and technology innovation evaluation. He has published 12 papers and 1 book chapter, and patent filing facilitation he has done for 4 numbers, which have been successfully granted. With this background, I request Dr. Sharat to deliver his talk. Over to you, Doctor.
Okay. At the outset, first of all, am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Audible.
Okay. Okay. At the outset, I thank KSTA and also Manage for giving me an opportunity to share my experience and views, and also to create an awareness about intellectual property rights for the end users. And also I thank Dr. Yogesh Aradhya sir for referring me and connecting me with KSTA and bringing me on board to create an awareness on IPR. Okay. With this, and also I thank for introduction. Okay. Let me start my presentation. Is my presentation
Visible, sir. Yes, sir. You can make it slideshow.
okay? So now,
Yes, sir. Perfect, sir.
yeah. Uh, Basically, I want to teach, and also I want to share my experience and expertise uh, in intellectual property rights. So with this session, I want to give a brief idea about intellectual property rights. Okay. So let me make it like a interactive session rather than a session like a monologue kind of thing. So I'd like to know from the participants that so what you are observing, what you are getting from this particular slide or a picture. Just you can take a 1 minute. Just
Please participants to type yes or no or respond in the chat box to sir's questions. Thank you. Sir, you can see in the chat box there are some responses. Focus on target. Something
yeah,
like that.
focusing. Any other? Focusing, it is fine. Any other? Okay. Let me explain. So this gives the motivation for my presentation. Usually, whenever I will present basics of IPR, fundamentals of intellectual property rights, so this motivates me to put it as a first slide, where I can explain with the perspective of the IPR. So here the proprietorship starts from IPR starts from the mythological period. Here you can see the Guru Dronacharya and Arjuna Ekalavya here in the picture. Okay, so Guru Dronacharya, he is very skillful master in that archery, and he wants to channelize his skills and also like his expertise to the royal kingdom. So there comes the proprietorship. Okay, so he wants to channelize and he wants to materialize, monetize that in the form of name and fame by teaching to the royal family. But in case of Ekalavya, so he is having a very great urge of learning the skills and yeah, in the due course of time, so he has used the skills in the form of a distance education by keeping the idol of Guru Dronacharya, but without taking a permission or without taking a proper uh, uh, rooted channel from Dronacharya. So that's the reason Guru Dronacharya, he asked a thumb as a penalty for that uh, unauthentic or illegal use of the skills. Okay. Basically, so it has to come from the Dronacharya physically. So that's the reason. So he asked Ekalavya to pay his thumb as a penalty. Okay. So here you can observe the 2 points. One, Dronacharya, he is channelizing his unique archery skills in order to monetize that skill. So that is called as a proprietorship or channelizing a skill or a art. Okay. Second thing is, so if you are using anybody's unique skill without their permission, then so you are liable to pay the penalty in case of Ekalavya. Okay, so this gives the motivation, and with this, I just want to introduce intellectual property rights and maintaining the uniqueness, maintaining or protection of the unique property or skills started from the ages. Okay, so IPR starts from the mythological age. Okay, and also in case of if you see Taj Mahal, building of the Taj Mahal, Shah Jahan, so after building of the Taj Mahal, after planning and the construction of the Taj Mahal, so we don't know whether it is like a myth or reality. So he ordered to cut all artisans' hands. Okay, by keeping in a view that so they should not replicate that monument anywhere else in the earth. So that's the reason that is also one type of practice, a cruel practice, in order to protect their idea or in order to protect the unique monument they have built. Okay, so since from mythological age to till date, Shah Jahan's date, many people they want to protect their idea. If they have any creative idea or creative skills, so they want to protect it. So what do you mean by a creative skills? Because how to protect it? Because it is like a conceptualized from your thought process or a brain. So there comes the exact definition of intellectual property. Okay, so what exactly the intellectual property means? Basically, intellectual property, it is a property taken birth from your thought process or like a intellect. Intellectual property which is created with the intellects in the form of an invention, books, painting, songs, or anything which will strike to your mind or which has taken a shape from your thought process or a mind. Okay, so that is intellect. Okay, intellectual property means, why we are calling this as an intellectual property? Because whatever your thoughts or its outcome will be having its own monetary benefit or like a benefit in the form of money, name, fame, anything. Just like, so your thought process or your creative ideas and its outcome, you can monetize it in the form of a property, just like a property. So you are selling it, you are gifting to someone, and basically you are protecting your property. Like we have two types of property: tangible property and intangible property. Tangible property, so you can touch and feel, just like physical assets. Oh, I have a car, I have a bike, kind of thing. So intangible property, you don't have any touch and feel kind of thing. But the thing is, intangible property in the form of document or like in the form of a creative outcome. Okay, song, you cannot touch it, you can feel it. That also acts as a property because that has been created from your intellect or imagination or thinking. Okay, so that's the reason whatever if it is coming from your intellect, so that is also treating as a property, because that will be having a potential to reap in the form of a monetary benefit or name and fame. Okay, so nowadays so if you see like A.R. Rahman's music composition, though it is from uh, his own skills, his own expertise, still he can sell, he can protect, and he can make money out of it. Okay, so it is, you cannot touch that musical composition and all, you can feel it, and it is having its own fan following. Okay, so as a result, that particular composition or an intellectual property, it is creating a monetary benefit which acts as a property, untouchable property. So that's the reason it is intellectual property is a untangible property. Okay, so if you have any intellectual property in the form of an invention, writing of books, painting, songs, symbols, anything, business model, anything. So if you feel that particular outcome of your thought process or intellect is having a potential to generate a revenue or to generate a monetary benefit, then it will be called as a property. If you are treating that as a property, you need a fencing. For example, if you are buying any site in any, for example, if you take in Bangalore, the first thing what you are going to do, you are taking a legal right or a legal protection around that particular site or a property. You are putting the fencing and you are getting the registration copy on that particular property. So likewise, in case of intellectual property also, a legal right will be given to those type of property on songs, books, inventions, anything. So such type of property inferred on the intellectual property, intellectual things, what you have created. So that legal right is called as intellectual property right. Okay, simple thing. A legal right conferred on intellectual property, what you have created. So that is called as intellectual property right. Simple. Almost all the intellectual property rights are territorial in nature. For example, if you come up with any great idea, inventive idea, creative idea, that you can protect it, but you can protect in specific country. If you wish, so you want to protect that in India, you can protect it only in India and some other countries. As a result, I mean, as a whole, IPRs are territorial in nature. You can seek a protection in the particular geographical location or geographical region. Okay, for the protection of your IP in any country, one has to seek.
Hello.
Are you there, sir? Last you, it seems. Sharad Kumar, sir? Sharad Kumar, sir, are you there?
Hello.
Yes, sir. Now we can hear you. I think we lost you in between.
Oh, is it? Okay. Sir, if anything happens like that, so please let me know. I'm thinking like so. Okay. So I'm in still on the slideshow mode, or you want me to toggle now?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
For this later.
So till now we discussed about what exactly the intellectual property means and intellectual property, how to seek intellectual property, how to convert to intellectual property right, and also we discussed about intellectual property rights are territorial in nature. For example, so if you seek a protection for your creative ideas, so you have to seek a individual protection or particular legal right in the particular country or jurisdiction. Okay. So further on the intellectual property, I'm going to discuss and also like a flow of how intellectual property right works. So as of now, hope you got a rough idea about even your thought process, your thinking is having a great potential to generate a revenue. Okay, so that's the reason we are calling intellectual property. That's the reason we are protecting our intellectual property in the form of intellectual property rights. Okay, so next moving on, why we need a intellectual property? what is the importance of intellectual property? So many people, they may ask like, sir, if I got a creative idea, what is the big deal, sir? Everybody is thinking in public domain. Everybody is thinking, everybody, they are coming up with great ideas. Why? What is the importance? Why we are seeking such a great attention on IP? Since intellectual property will be very discrete and very unique for particular thought process. For example, A.R. Rahman's Roja music composition will not be getting for any other music directors, or it may not exactly reach the identical bandwidth of A.R. Rahman's composition, because it is very unique to his expertise, his practice, his mode of experimentation. Okay, so as a result, all intellectual properties will be very unique in nature. That's the reason it will be called as intellectual property. Otherwise, if you are replicating it, it is like a very normal, nothing great deal in protecting those ideas. Since you have a great idea, very unique idea, very special idea, so that's the reason you are protecting it under intellectual property rights. And later on, you are monetizing it. Okay, you are treating that as a property in one or the other way. So that's the reason why IP means intellectual property drives the economic growth and competitiveness. For example, all shoemakers are there. Still, Nike and Adidas stand at the top of the domain, shoemakers or footwear makers. Why? Because the way they will fabricate, the way they will put forth the product in a different way, or in a very creative way, or very intuitive or innovative way, that has driven, or that has made a Nike company to stand different from the crowd. Okay, there also, even the fabrication, designing, or like putting the different innovative ideas in making the shoes, that is also intellectual property. Okay, with that example, we can convince like intellectual property drives the economic growth. If you see final money making, or like a profit of the Nike company with the other companies, so it will be huge difference. In that case, it drives the economy of that company. Okay, and also competitiveness. Okay, if you have a great intellectual property in your company, or like in your startup, or in your day-to-day life, so that will drive the economy, and also that will create a very difference, a great monetary and competitive difference from your competitors, or like players in the same domain. Okay, second thing, what intellectual property do? Intellectual property helps to generate a breakthrough solution for a global challenges. If you take a simple example of COVID vaccine, the whole globe were they were suffering from a pandemic. Okay, the thought of creating a vaccine for COVID-19, that too by adopting a specific biotechnological inventions, that has given a breakthrough solution for the global challenge. Okay, certainly, non-patenting of that particular vaccine is a different case, but the thing is, the inventive thinking, or like a innovative thinking to bring a breakthrough solution for a pandemic challenge, that is also a type of intellectual property. Okay, for example, farm mechanization, or like a fishery culture. Okay, all those things, people, they are coming up with a new inventive idea. That inventive idea itself is like a creating a breakthrough solution at a global challenges. Okay, at a global level even. Okay, so this is also one point why we have to respect and we have to adopt the intellectual property and intellectual property rights. This is also one point. Third point is Intellectual property rights encourage innovation, reward entrepreneurs. Very simple. As I told you in connection with the first example, Nike. So it will create an urge. Every researcher or like every individual will create an urge. Oh, I have to do something. I have to think out of the box kind of thing. I have to think very innovatively. As a result, that will create a scope for rewards in the form of a name and fame or like a fan following or like a customer following. Okay, it will attracts and it will rewards it will attracts the customers. In turn, it will rewards the entrepreneurs. Okay, so this is how this is what the importance of IP, intellectual property. So basically, you have to think out of the box. If it is very innovative, you have to identify what innovativeness is there in that, and parallelly you have to protect that inventive or innovative thinking. Then only intellectual property will be getting a right, a legal right or a statutory right, recognizing your creative or very special or unique thinking. Okay, that is what the very concept of intellectual property revolves around. Okay, next. So there are many types of IPRs. As I told you, like many different kinds of IPR. During my first slide, I told you your inventive thinking, creative thinking, book writing, everything comes under intellectual property, right? Then the audience or like listeners will get confused. Sir, everything is like intellectual property, right? What then? What is not intellectual property? So that's the reason. In order to make it streamlined, Indian Patent Office and also like a Indian IPR regime, they come up with, they have categorized IPRs into different types. Okay, so we have basically we have 7 important IPR types. Okay, so here I have mentioned 8. One is like can be treated as a less important IPR type. Okay, so that is different thing. So we have types of IPR like copyright, trademark, geographical indication, design, patent, semiconductor integrated circuits layout act, trade secret, and plant variety. Okay, so now we will discuss in detail about these types of intellectual property rights. Okay, so what and all the things we can combine, what and all the things we can cluster in these types of IPRs, and we can how we can seek a protection. Okay, next, first and important and very special type of IPR is patent. So patent, basically this is also a legal right given to your inventive idea. Okay, patent is an exclusive right granted to your unique thinking. Okay, unique thinking in order to bring product or a process. Okay, here in patent types, we are not talking about anything like a design, anything like a song, anything like a picture, painting kind of thing. Here, patent is a protection given only to your inventive idea to bring product or a process. Okay, simple. Why we are giving exclusive right? We are giving exclusive right, or like a government body, Indian Patent Office, they are recognizing your inventive idea and they are giving a protection in the form of a certificate or statutory recognition, because in order to prevent others to use, make, offering for sale and selling your creative thinking or like a innovative thinking. Okay, so this type of statutory recognition or a right given to your idea or innovative thinking is called as a patent. Okay, if you got an idea, like for example, I got an idea to manufacture a pen with a special quality. Pen is a product. So till now, many pens are there, different types of pens are there, different technological pens are there. But if I come up with a great pen, like a pen, if I write it like invisible ink, after that, so it will be visible on a particular condition or something, then it is like a great idea. Great idea, I'm converting it to bring in the form of a product, pen product. Then Indian Patent Office or a statutory body, government body of India will give that pen a recognition of a patent, or we can protect that particular inventive idea under patent type. Why we have to protect that pen under the tag of a patent? Because that is a great or a very unique idea, very unique thinking. So that I want to protect it, so that no, I mean, none of my competitors or any other normal person cannot mimic it, should not reproduce it. Why they should not reproduce it? Why they should not mimic it? Because it is having a great potential of earning. If you get a monopoly, if you get registered under the patents, then you will be the solo owner of that particular product and its manufacturing. Okay, so that's the reason you are seeking a protection under patents. So this is a brief about patent. What exactly the patent? Patent gives it is like a statutory recognition or a legal right given to your inventive thinking. Either let that inventive thinking leads to product or a process. Okay. So basically, if you want to seek a protection under patent type, then your thinking or your invention should have a patentability. What that patentability needs, it should have a 3 criteria or 3 main parameters. What is that? Invention as per the section 2 of 1J of Indian Patent Act. Okay. A new product or process involving an inventive step and capable of industrial application. Okay. If that type of idea is there, then only Indian Patent Office or Indian legal system will give the recognition as a patent. What are the 3 criteria? It should be novel. Novel means it should not be that particular idea or like whatever the thought you are getting. So that idea should not be available elsewhere in the public domain. It should be new. You should not get like that particular idea. It will not be. It should not be like a
Sir, hello. Sir, you are not audible. Sharad sir, Gadge sir. Hello. Gadge sir.
whether your idea you are seeking the
Sharad sir.
protection, whether it
Sharad
is a
sir.
new or not. And now technical advancement. Okay. Yeah.
Sir, sorry
Yes,
for
yes.
disturbing. You are not audible for last 2-3 sentences.
Hello?
Your voice was not audible, sir.
Am I audible?
Now audible. The last 1 minute it was not audible, sir. It got disconnected.
Am I audible?
No audible, sir. No audible.
Yes, Yes.
Now audible. The last 1 minute it was.
Am I audible now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now
Please
audible,
continue,
sir.
sir.
Please continue, sir. Can you hear us, sir?
Hello.
Sir, sir, can you hear us, sir?
Am I audible now?
Yeah, now audible, sir. Now.
Okay. Okay.
Please share your
So
slide and continue, sir.
you missed something?
Nothing, sir. Just 30 seconds it was. The audio got dropped.
Okay, sorry for the interruption. I don't know what is the technicalities happened with this. Okay, so if you are seeking a protection under the patents, so it should pass the 3 criteria. It should be very novel. Your idea should be novel, and also outcome of your idea in the form of a product or a process. It should be new.
Your
It should
presentation is
not get copied with any of the other. Sorry.
Your presentation is not visible, sir. Please try to reshare it once again. Now.
Okay. Okay. So now.
Yes, sir. It's about coming.
Okay. Now, am I in the slideshow mode?
Yeah, you have to make it slideshow, sir. Yes, sir. Now continue, sir, please.
Sir, is it in slideshow mode now?
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, it is in the slideshow.
Yes, now it is in the slideshow, sir. Please continue. Sir, can you hear us, sir? Please continue, sir.
Okay. So, yeah. So your idea, your creative thinking or innovative thinking should be novel. And second step is, yeah. And second criteria is your idea for which you are seeking a protection, legal protection, or like under patent protection. Okay. So the second criteria is non-obviousness. I'll take an example. If you are coming up with the pen, a different and a unique pen production idea, many pen manufacturers are there in the market as of now, but your idea should not be mimicking, should not be feasible for replicating from any of the person working in that domain in the same industry. Simple thing. So it should have some uniqueness which is allocated from your side only. You only have to do it. That type of feature is called as non-obviousness. Okay, obviousness means common. If everybody can do that type of whatever the thinking or thought you got it. So if the product, if everybody is doing it, then there is no uniqueness. You have to come up with such an idea which is not obvious to any person working in that domain. Then under patent. Okay. So this is the second criteria. It should be new. It should not be common to anyone. It should be very specific, your thought process, non-business. Then third point, it should be having an industrial applicability. Okay. If your idea does not have an industrial applicability, then the
The technical issues. think there was a network issue at your end. We got lost you. Try to reconnect, sir. Sharad sir, are you there? Can you hear us? Sharad sir? Sharad sir, can you hear us, sir?
Yeah, I can hear you, but am I audible?
Yes, sir. We lost you. We got connected you now only.
Oh, is it? How much
I
time?
think there is a
Time
network issue, sir.
it got lapsed?
No, the last slide only, sir. When you got connected again, after that, 2-3 sentences, it again disconnected. Audio and now the presentation is also not shared.
Okay. Now,
Is there any bandwidth issue, sir?
no idea. So it is showing like a administrator has blocked or muted.
Make it
Okay.
through slide, yes, sir.
Okay. Now, is it visible?
Yes, sir. Now visible. Please continue.
Okay. So your idea should have industrial applicability. Without, I mean, your idea, if it is not having a potential to generate any money, or like if it doesn't have any potential to generate a revenue, okay, then it's of no use. You need not to take a protection over those type of ideas. So that's the reason Indian Patent Office and also Indian Patent Act strictly follows the three criterias. If these three criterias is having for your idea, product, or a process, then you can seek a protection under patent as a type of IPR. Okay, patent, it is also a type of IPR, which is exclusively granted only for ideas in the form of a product and process only. Okay. And coming to the validity of protection, in case of if you are getting a registration for your site or a plot or something, so you'll be having unlimited validity. You'll be getting lifelong protection. It will be under your name. But in case of IPRs, it will be almost all the IPRs will be having a defined validity or like a term for the protection. Okay. Likewise, patent will be having a validity of only 20 years from the date of filing of the patent application, and its term cannot be extended. Only 20 years you'll be getting a monopoly, or 20 years you'll be getting a protection for your inventive idea. Okay. Any doubt at this point? I'm expecting let it be any trivial doubt. Any doubt at this point?
Any question? You can raise your virtual hand so that I can unmute.
Yeah.
No,
Please, sir, please make it as interactive as possible, because I just want, rather than completing the session, I want to create an awareness. So let them come up with any silly or very simple doubts, any queries. I'll be very happy to make it clear. Okay. My only objective is to create an awareness, and also they should learn about the very basics of IPR, so that they will be in a better position to recognize their own creative thinking, and later on they can protect it and they'll get a benefit out of it. Okay. Anyway,
Hello, sir.
so yeah, go ahead.
Myself, Usha. Right now, you are saying that it is protected till 20 years. But
Okay.
according to my knowledge, it is 10 years only. What is the
No, ma'am.
difference in both
No,
statements?
ma'am. No. Especially for patent, maybe you might have having an awareness or like a knowledge about the any other types of IPR. Yeah, certainly trademark and some other types of IPR will be having a validity of 10 years maybe. But the thing is, when it comes for patents, patent is strictly for 20 years.
Oh,
Okay. I'm
yes.
talking only about the patents as of now. only patents. Yeah,
Okay.
10 years validity types also it is there. I'll discuss in further my slides. Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So any other questions or doubts, clarifications? Okay. Hopefully I don't see any. Okay. How to get a patent? What is the journey? How to get a patent? So you understood like what is IP, IPR, patent, different types of IPRs. First we touched upon patent. And you came to know like a patent should have a 3 criteria, all those things. So patent will be having a validity of 20 years. Everything is fine. So after you get a protection, you can even sell it at your own price. You can distribute it, gift it like a property or a asset. Everything is fine. Very basic question is how to get a patent and what is the journey you have to travel for the patent. Okay, so it starts from the idea or innovative thinking, innovation. Okay, if you conceived with any innovative idea or a thinking or a innovation, immediately you check, is there anything closely related it is there, or already it is there, or already it is in practice in the public domain, your idea. That is the check for patentability. Okay, then you have to perform the prior art search. Prior art search means you have to write down your thinking or a thought or a innovative idea. Then you search, you go for a literature search. Is there any documented literature which is closely related to your thinking or a thought which you want to seek a protection under patent? That is called as a prior art search. Okay, if it is closely related also no problem, but it should not be exactly same, identical one. Okay, then what happens if it is exactly like a same, already it is there in the public domain, then you are going to lose the first criteria of the patent, novelty. Novelty you are going to lose. The moment you lose the novelty, then Indian Patent Office or a Controller General examiner will tell like, no, see, already your idea, it is in the public domain. You have already copied it. You came here and you are showing like copied idea and you are seeking a protection under patent. No, it is not possible. So that's the reason you have to perform the prior art search. Then in the prior art search, if you did not find any of the document, no document available or no instances, previous instances available, which is exactly like your idea or a thought process, then move further. Then you prepare a patent specification document. Okay, which should be in like a predefined format, and it is having its own format. Okay, patent specification document, it is like a techno legal document. You have to frame it, you have to put forth your idea in a specific format. Okay, in the form of an application. Okay, it is like a hand in hand. Prepare a patent specification, what and all the things your idea consists of, everything details about your idea. Then you prepare a patent application. Okay, after preparation of the patent application, you present it or you push it to Indian Patent Office for seeking a protection. Then they will examine your application. Then if they feel like it's very novel, very new, and it is having a potential of generating a revenue, it increases the economy of the country or like a startup, anything. Okay, then they will grant a patent or patent right or patent protection for your idea. Okay, so here I just want to educate you with the term. There is a two type of patent application. One is provisional patent application and complete specification or complete application. Okay, so for example, the person X got an idea of preparing a water bottle in a very innovative manner. Okay, thermosensitive or thermostable water bottle, which will be having a great potential, market potential also. But he come up with an idea, only idea. He doesn't have a money to materialize it in the form of a product. Then still that person can get a protection under Patent Act only for the idea. Okay, the moment he will get an idea, he can put in the form of a application, can push it to Indian Patent Office. That is called as a provisional patenting. You are protecting only idea. Okay, after submitting the application, that is called as a provisional application or provisional filing. Okay, you are seeking a protection for your idea, only backbone idea, wireframe idea. Okay, so after that, after examination everything, so Indian Patent Office will think like, this is a provisional application. Then they will give a window or time frame of 12 months to materialize your idea into proof of concept or a product. Oh, okay, they will tell applicant that take 1 year time. You come up with a water bottle which is very unique in nature. You come up with a water bottle. Till that time, we are protecting, we are giving a recognition for your only idea. After 1 year or within 1 year, if you come up with a proof of concept how your great idea works, then we will give a further recognition or further certification or registration. Okay, till then we are going to give a certification or recognition, legal protection for your only idea. No other person can think, or no other person can seek a protection or can trespass your idea. Okay, if they are trespassing it, we will be having a legal consequences. Okay, so that is the thing, that is provisional specification. Next, complete specification. So if you have a idea, along with that you have already come up with the proof of concept product, a tangible product or like a touch and feel product. So for that also you can seek a protection directly. You can ask Indian Patent Office that, so I have an idea, I have materialized, I have converted that idea into product. For that product, give me a protection or patent. Okay, that is the thing. So here you have to keep in mind provisional specification or provisional application or complete specification or complete filing. Okay, two things. Starts with an innovative idea, then patent grant or patent recognition, then maintenance. Okay, clear? This is the journey. How the patent filing works. So here you got an overview of the patent, how you can seek a patent protection and what and all the steps you have to follow for the patent protection. So here we can see the in detail. Here you see, so anyone can confirm that. So you can see the my mouse pointer, right? Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Can you see my mouse pointer?
Not yet, sir. Please.
Okay, just a minute then. Okay, let me check here.
Yeah, we can see, sir.
Okay, so after I do all due diligence and after all my homework, whether my idea is there in the public domain, everything, if I search for a novelty, non-obviousness and industrial applicability, I'll take the complete initiative and I will file an application. If it is provisional application, only idea protection permission, so it will go for, it will surpass the 12 months. Then Indian Patent Office will ask for a complete specification. Otherwise, if you are directly submitting the complete specification, complete detail of your idea and its product, that also you can submit in the form of a complete specification or conventional application. Okay, after that you have to wait for 18 months. Then your application will go to the public domain or it will get published in the Indian Patent Office journal. Okay, why? It is like a public challenge. Okay, It is like a public challenge. You are publishing your idea, and if anybody wants to challenge about the novelty or like its working condition or something, they can challenge it, or it will go for a examination. It is like a public challenge. Then after 48 months, it will go for a examination. Controller General or like an Indian Patent Office will thoroughly examine your application, and they will check whether it is having a truth in the application, whether it is having a novelty, non-obviousness, everything, each and everything they will check. Okay, then it will be subjected for the request for examination. Okay, so parallelly, if you are not submitting here, this side, left side, if you are not submitting the complete specification within 12 months, okay, not filed the complete specification, then your provisional application will be abandoned. Abandoning means whatever the your novel idea is there, very new idea is there, very creative or innovative idea is there, it will be taken to the public domain. It will be directly published to the public domain. Okay, let it be very novel, let it having great potential, so it will be subjected to the public domain. Then you are not going to seek any protection over that particular idea. That's the reason it is all like a very time bound. Okay, so coming back to here, request for examination. After examination, if it satisfies the examiner, then it will ask, they will ask for first examination report. If they have any queries, they will submit the queries for the inventor. You have to defend those queries. Okay, so if you successfully defend the queries, then you have to submit the response for the first examination report. Then if they feel like everything is fine, then they will promote it for granting. Okay, so before granting, here publication of examination, as I told you, it is like a public challenge. This is pre-examination query. Okay, pre-examination objection. Okay, before the examination, if anybody wants to challenge your application, they can challenge. If it surpasses the examination, after examination complete process, before granting also, they'll be having one publication or like a objection step. Okay, if anybody wants to challenge your application, they can challenge. Post grant pre-grant opposition or post grant opposition. Pre-grant opposition means here also they can file an opposition case or opposition query. After everything, if still any of the public or your competitor wants to challenge your application, that is called as post grant opposition. After the grant also, still 3 months will be there. So your competitor or like any public can challenge. No, person X, they have whatever they have applied an application, so it is not working or it is not in a proper way. It is not like legal. Okay, whatever may be, under different section they can file a objection. Okay, you have to successfully defend all those objections, then you have to seek a permission. So if you surpass all the steps, it is not that very tedious or something. The only thing you can succeed in the patent filing and getting the grant is innovativeness. If you have a great idea, very innovative, like no jugaad kind of thing, then for sure you'll surpass all the steps and you'll get a grant very easily. Okay, everybody will think like no, patent application or patent filing, it is very tedious process, and also it is very time consuming process. It is almost like a legal battle, these, that, and all. No, it is a myth. Okay, you'll get a easy grant within no time if you have a great idea and also very novel idea. The only thing is you have to defend. You should understand your thinking and a product in a better way. Then only you can defend it. After all this step, Indian Patent Office feels like still EVOS is a great application, very novel idea. It is bringing some great impact in the society or in the domain, in the field. Then they will subject for the grant. Okay. After grant, so they will issue a certificate, patent certificate. Then next step is you have to maintain that certificate by paying the renewal fee from the date of filing till the 20 years. Either you can pay year on year or lump sum amount also you can pay. Okay, that is under maintenance. So this is the complete journey how patent filing works. Okay, next. So this is a simple example of how intellectual property works or a patent works. Here you see till date Gillette acts as a benchmark product and also a masterpiece for the IPR aspirants or like a patent aspirants. You see, no other competitors can beat this Gillette razor because it is having almost like a 36 different patent protected or IP protected entities in the single razor. Okay, no competitor can mimic the color preparation, dye, blade, model, handle grip, mechanism, attachment, anything. Wherever you touch the Gillette razor, the Mark III, everything is IP protected. If any competitor wants to mimic or if any competitor wants to grab the market of this Gillette Mark III, then they have to seek a approval or they have to seek a permission from the Gillette. For seeking a permission or for seeking a license, they need to pay money. In other words, each and everything, if they want to mimic it, if they want to rule the market, then they have to pay a royalty or they have to pay the license fee to Gillette. Okay, this is the beauty. This is the power of getting a patent protection or IP protection. Okay. Next, these are all the few examples of patents. Though it looks very simple, ring pull cans. Okay, earlier it was having simply they have come up with the idea and this model, and they have implemented to open the cans of Coke tin or something. So it will be having its own unique functionality. It will cut open and it don't leave any traces within the content of the can. Okay, so as a result, Coke company, they have purchased this ring pull can mechanism or like this particular invention, and they have implemented and they have adopted this invention their can. After that, so it got very famous, and almost all the beverage companies, all the these type of commodities companies, they have implemented this particular invention. Okay, so if they take this particular invention, ring pull can kind of thing, so they have to pay a royalty amount to inventor. Okay, so still it will be under viable condition, this particular protection. Okay, so that is the beauty. So in other words, so it is generating a revenue, it is acting as a asset for that inventor who has got a patent protection for this ring pull scan. Okay, simple. You see, so if you see balloting, so this is also like a patented product invention. Okay, for mechanization, very simple cloth clip. This also comprises of a patent protection. Okay, the way it function, the way it mold, the way it operates the springs, everything. Okay, so it is under patent protection. So these are all the simple and very trivial things where they got a patent protection, patented products. So we understood so what is the importance of patents, and if you want to seek a permission or if you want to get a patent protection, so everything we saw, so we discussed. And very important thing is just like what has to surpass or what has to be qualified for the patentable invention, it is also equally important to know what is non-patentable invention, so that you leave what and all the things which will not be patentable. Then you can think around the non-patentable inventions. Okay, then it will be very easy that you can avoid the time lapse or wastage of time. For example, if you come up with a great idea, then if you push the application after 18 months, 48 months or something, so in the mid of the journey, if the examiner feels like no, so you come with a great idea, but the thing is, this is not the purview of Indian Patent Act, it is not patentable invention, then whole lot of effort, time, money of filing, everything will go waste. So that's the reason there is some explicit cases in Indian Patent Act that is not patentable. Okay, so let's discuss. So there are few non-patentable inventions. Okay, we'll discuss here. So according to section 3 and 4A, clearly indicates a list of entities or list of things which cannot be seek permission or which cannot seek a patent protection under Indian Patent Act in India. Okay, so what are those? First thing is an invention which is frivolous or which claims anything obvious contrary to well established natural laws. For example, Newton law of gravity, okay, or like a law of thermodynamics. If you are coming up with a invention or like a product or a motor which is not obeying that normal or well established theory, those type of machines or a product which is not obeying the natural laws, then those type of ideas or a product cannot be patentable or cannot be patented in India. Okay, for example, if you come up with a motor, petrol engine, which gives like 100% efficiency, 100 ml 10 kilometers, or like a 1 liter 100 kilometers mileage. No, because there will be some loss of energy which will be transformed to one form of energy to another form of energy. Okay, you don't get a 100% efficiency, right? Okay, if you are claiming no, I came up with a that type of petrol engine where it will use 100 kilometer mileage. No, those type of inventions which is not obeying a natural law, so that cannot be patentable under section 3. Second thing, inventions that cause serious prejudice. In simple words, if your invention or if your product or a process which is creating a great damage or like a serious damage to environment, plant, animal health or something, so those type of inventions cannot be patentable in India. Okay, even Indian Patent Office will reject your application by saying like no, your application falls under category of section 3B. Okay, it is creating a serious disturbance for the ecosystem or like nature. So that's the reason we are so sorry to abandon or reject your application. They'll say sorry. Okay, third thing, mere discovery of the scientific principle or formulation which is already existing scientific principles, it is already there in the public domain, everything is there. So then you are again put forth in those type of inventions that cannot be patentable. Mere discovery of the known form of a new form of a known substance, that is also non-patentable. For example, simple example I can take, different form of a sugar. Sugar, you know its substance and its property, and you are bringing that sugar and you are showing it like it is a different form of sugar only. Though it is having a sweetness, no, it is a different form. Those type of inventions, these type of ideas cannot be patentable in India. Mere admixture resulting in the aggregation of the properties. Simple example, you know the property of sugar, you know the property of water. Water is having a dissolving capacity. You are mixing and you are dissolving the uh, salt in the water, and you are showing it like, no, this particular solution I want to patent it. No, those type of ideas or thinking or like a product or a process cannot be patented under section 3. Mere arrangement, rearrangement, duplication, assembling, disassembling, no, those type of things. For example, if you disable or like a dismantle a computer system or a laptop, you arrange it in a like a very different manner, like a robotic kind of thing, then you can say like, no, this is my product, so I have assembled the components in such a manner that it looks very great in like a robotics. No, those type of things cannot be patented, but it should have some uniqueness. Just by assembling, dismantling the things, so you should not seek a permission. So those type of things cannot be patentable under section 3F. Method of agriculture and horticulture, this is very interesting under section 3H. If you get a protection, if you get a monopoly on the method of agriculture and horticulture to any particular person, then that particular method of horticulture and agriculture will be very monopolic to that person. For example, sowing of particular seeds to get a double yield. Okay, if I seek a permission, if I seek a protection for that type of method, then if anybody wants to sow those type of seeds and get a yield, then they have to seek a permission from me. If I don't want to give the permission, then they are going to lose the productivity. That's the reason it will create a disturbance in the ecosystem. That's the reason method of agriculture, in order to curb the monopoly or in order to curb the protection or like a non-exclusivity, so they have banned this one, method of agriculture and horticulture. It cannot be patentable in India. But if you come up with any mechanization or like a farm mechanic or instruments in order to facilitate the agriculture and horticulture, that you can seek a protection under product. Okay, any doubt at this point? Next, method of treatment humans and animals. Again, if you give us patent protection or patent recognition for this thing, humans or animals treatment, then that person can rule, or that person can rule the medical field, and it will not be easily amenable for the common people. So that's the reason they don't give patent protection or monopoly recognition for treating humans and animals. Plants and animals in a whole part. Oh, if you come up with a different pet, no. This dog I have created like this thing I have nurtured, and it has created this particular quality. You please give me a protection. This is my novel idea. This is my own idea, my brainchild. That's the reason it has become like this. No, those type of things cannot be patentable in India unless if you modify the naturally available animal, plant or microorganism with the recombinant DNA technology. If there is any human intervention to modify the genetic material or modification at the genetic level, which will bring the betterment in the strain, so those type of things can be patentable. But naturally available plants, animals and microorganisms cannot be patentable in India. computer program or software algorithm cannot be patentable in India, but it can be protected under Copyright Act or copyright type. Okay, that is different. Mental act or playing method of playing game, this cannot be patentable in India. Mental act means thinking, thought process. For example, if you come up with a robotic instrument where it can win the gambling game, that cannot be patentable. Though it is like a very innovative idea, but the thing is, it is creating a serious disturbance or a serious consequences in the domain. So that's the reason it cannot be patentable in India. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, audible.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir, audible, sir. Another 7 to 8
Okay,
minutes.
okay.
Sir.
So next, inventions containing a tradition. Oh, sorry, I missed one point. Sorry.
Another 7 to 8 minutes, sir.
Inventions containing a presentation of abstract ideas. For example, if I'm presenting in a great manner, then I'll put up an application. Sorry.
Sir, you have 10 minutes more, sir. Can you hear me, sir? Sir, continue, sir.
Okay, okay. So presenting of abstract ideas. For example, if I'm presenting in a great manner or like a very unique manner, so those type of things. No, if I put up an application like no, this is my way of presentation or like a presenting the idea or presenting the model or something. So please give me a protection for this method of presentation. No, they don't give, because you seek a protection, so then everybody will ask, like, then there will be no knowledge dissemination or like technology dissemination in the society. So that's the reason they don't give presentation of the abstract ideas or any data or information, just a presentation point. Okay. Inventions containing a traditional knowledge. If you see in case of a turmeric case, if you are seeking a protection on the traditional knowledge, for example, if my grandmother, she used to use certain herbal ingredients to cure a ear problem or like ear pain, then tomorrow after using those things, so if you feel like very relaxed kind of thing, and also your ear problem gets cured in within minutes, then immediately next day if you put up an application like no, this particular ingredient or this particular powder or a formulation is having a curative power of healing the ear problem or a ear pain, then patent office will reject your application because it is already in the public practice since from the ages. So those type of traditional knowledge kind of related applications cannot be patentable in India, or any traditional knowledge or traditional practices also. Okay. So inventions which fall under the Atomic Energy Act. So if you are doing any research or something, if you are seeking a permission or if you are seeking a patent protection for atomic energy related research or inventions, product or a process, so those type of applications cannot be patentable in. Okay. So if you have to think, if you come up with a great idea, so you have to align with this non-patentable inventions in India, non-permissible IP protections in India. So then, if it is not touching exactly to any of this section and subsections, then you are good to go for IP filing. Okay. Clear? Any doubt at this point of time? So next IPR type is copyright. I'll go a little bit of superficial from this slide because I just want to create much more impact up to patent. Okay. Okay. So copyright, it is an exclusive right, a legal right granted to a creator or an owner who is coming up with a literary and artistic work. So till now, patent is applicable only for the inventions, thoughts, or innovative ideas. Okay. But in case of copyright, it is a legal protection given for literary works or artistic works. Okay. So that is the difference. Copyright owner has a rights to reproduce, translate, adopt, perform, distribute, and publicly display the work, etc. If you see an example of Mr. Chetan Bhagat's novel, almost all the novels covers under the type copyright. All the novels will be copyright protected. No director, no storyteller, no producer can use that novel to bring in the form of a film without Mr. Chetan Bhagat's permission. Okay. If they knock the door of Chetan Bhagat's home for license or for permission, certainly the author will expect a license fee or a permission. Okay. That is also a type of getting a monetary benefit. Okay. So what this copyright covers for? Copyright covers for books, music, painting, films, computer programs, databases, advertisements, technical drawings, etc. Okay. All these entities can be covered and protected under the type copyright. Okay. The very great and very unique special point about the copyright is, just like a patent, you need not to seek a legal protection for this copyright. That is the beauty of this copyright. The moment you pen down, the moment you draw, the moment you write a script, the moment you write a book or something, it is automatically, naturally copyrighted one. But if anybody is violating, or if anybody is illegally using or misusing your work, then if you want to fight in the court of law, then only you need a legal protection. That's what the last point says, like registration is not mandatory since the copyright comes from its existence. The moment you pen down, that is copyrighted material. Okay. But if I'm using your work, if I have thefted your work and I'm using and I'm selling it, I'm distributing it, and I'm generating a revenue out of it, then in the next day you come, hey, so it is my work, man, so why you are using it for commercialization and you are getting and you are making money out of it? Then suddenly I will ask, in order to win the debate and in order to win the case, I will say, like, where is the proof that it's yours? So for that instance, or for that type of consequences, you need a legal protection. Otherwise, it is by birth. The moment you pen down, that is copyrighted. Okay. So next one is trademark. Yeah, copyright. Any doubt about this? Any clarification, or like any difficulty in understanding this particular concept? Okay. Sorry.
A few of them are asking if you can help them filing patent or business model.
No. So your voice is a bit feeble. Can you repeat once?
Few of them are asking, can you help them filing patent or business model?
Yes. But business model, so it is difficult. As I already explained you, business models cannot be patented. Okay. But if you come up with some other mode, I can help. I can even optimize their queries, and also I can facilitate them for filing. Yeah, I think a few audience, they are from a startup entity, right?
Yes, sir. Exactly.
Yes. Yeah. Even I can help yeah, by mentoring, and even I can facilitate for the filing and also recognition of their product. Okay, no problem. I'll be so happy to help them. Yeah, with this, can I proceed?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So another next type of IPR is trademark. Trademark is any name, word, sound, numeral, color, symbol, or drawing. Where they are going to use this trademark, why it is called as a trademark? Because any company will be having its own trademark, any mark which will recognize or which will indicates their product in order to get the easy recognition for the customers. For example, Maggie, Adidas, Nike, Samsung, Sony, everything they are just coming up with trademark. Just by seeing the trademark, let it be in the form of a name, word, sound, anything, immediately the public will recognize, oh, this is from that particular company. Immediately they will attach the company with the perfection, with the quality with which they are preparing the product. For example, if you see Coke tin, it doesn't say like so anything specifically about this. If you remove this Coca-Cola also, just by seeing the tin and also the color combination, the public can recognize it. This is Coke. I need a Coke. Okay. If you see Starbucks coffee, if you put it in the normal coffee also, the way they will prepare and also the model of the cup, that will makes customer to recognize it. Okay, so all these things like a logo, color combination. For example, I'll give you a simple example. If some people will be like a old age also, so I'll give you a simple example. Earlier days, even till today, many people they are using Windows XP and also Windows 7. Okay, the moment you switch on your system machine, it will come up with the jingle. Okay, the moment you heard that jingle, oh, they are using Windows 7. Okay, nobody is telling, oh, I'm using Windows 7 or Windows XP or something. Just by hearing that jingle, you'll come to know like, that is a Microsoft product. Then everything will attach to that perception or like that thought. Okay, that is the beauty of the trademark. Okay, this trademark also can be protected and can be get licensed under IPR protection, or also it is also a type of IPR. Okay.
Hello, Dr. Sharath.
Yes.
Can you wind up? We have another 2 sessions which we have to complete. Please.
Oh, is it? Okay, fine. So I'll just finish up in 5 minutes. Is it fine?
Fine, sir. Fine.
Okay. So trademark lets you to identify the goods made particular from that particular company, and it will be having a validity of 10 years. Okay, you can be renewed perpetually. So essentials of the trademark. So if you I'll discuss in any of the further sessions. Otherwise, you can directly reach to me. So this is how the trademark indicates. So if you are filing a particular trademark, so you can put it across your logo, like beside your logo. After you get the registration, so you can see R with a circle. Okay. So this is activity I have prepared for you. Okay, this is for semiconductors integrated circuits layout. I don't think so anybody is from electronics background. You are from electronics background? Yeah, certainly there is some protection scope for your domain also. You can seek a protection and under this particular act. Okay. Design, I don't think. This is also activity. Yeah. Geographical indication, as you know, particular product a certification given to a product corresponding to a specific geographical location. That geographical location will be having a unique property with respect to product, process, or something. It's quality. So that can be recognized, and that can be protected under geographical indication type. It is also a type of IPR. Okay. But this cannot be given a protection for particular person or a inventor or something. So it will, this recognition or certification will be given to a class of people or a group of people, a community. Okay, just like a Mysore Silk Weavers Association, or Silk Weavers Association, or Kinnal Toy Makers Association, kind of thing. So it will be a recognition given to a particular community. Okay, certainly it, in order to promote or in order to encourage that particular fraternity. Okay, geographical indication. Yeah, this is the moment you see this particular logo, so you can easily identify that particular product where this particular logo has been printed. So this product is protected under GI. GI, again, it is like a very specialized or very unique product with respect to production or like a processing. This is how GI certification looks like. Plant varieties, PPBF4, this I can discuss a little bit later. So overview, a farmer will be getting a protection or a recognition if he practices or come up with a great farm variety in order to protect or in order to allocate the recognition. Okay. Trade secret, as you know, so whatever it is generating a trade or like a commercial value, those type of trade can be protected under Trade Secrets Act. This also, just like I'll give you a simple example, like Coke formulation is there, that is also trade secret. If they sell that Coke formulation, many people, they can buy it and they can make money out of it. This is about the trade secret. This can you can take any screenshot or like a photo. Almost all the intellectual property, it is in a single slide. Okay. Yeah, this is fine. Success story, I don't take much time, so since in interest of time, so I just want to wind it up. My take home message is like, if you come up with any great idea or great result or any findings, patent first, publish next, because if you publish first, you are going to lose a patent opportunity. Okay, that's all from my side. So if you have any queries or something, quickly you can ask with the permission of KSTA.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for elaborative presentation.
Oh, thank you. And I'm not completely convinced with the presentation, because I thought of explaining each and everything in detail so that the audience or the end users will get benefit from this. Anyway, thanks for this opportunity, for bringing me on board and connecting with the audience of different domains. And thanks for your patience listening me.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. You can plan a detailed session exclusively for this.
Oh, that's a great thing. So I'll be so glad to take up that, because my only thing is any entrepreneur or like any inventor, they're having a great idea. They should not miss an opportunity of IP protection, because that will gives a great boost for their entrepreneur. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. I thank KSTA and also Manage for this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Dr. Usha, please
Hello, sir.
quickly ask your question. Yes, please.
Yeah.
Hello. Yes, sir. If one product or service filed in foreign patent association, but not but not patented in India, can we patent it in India, sir?
Yeah. May I know your name?
Usha.
Usha, what happens is, if you are filing a patent in US, it will comes under PCT, okay, Patent Cooperation Treaty. Before it is filing in US, whether the inventor or like applicant is from India.
Actually, what I'm asking, if one product or service already filed in foreign, okay,
Okay.
but not
Okay.
patented in India, can we
Uh,
patent it in India, sir?
yeah,
If
yeah, yeah.
we
You
are
can
having
patent it.
same idea.
Yes, yes. But you should not copy it. Okay. You should not
Okay.
copy it. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can get a protection in India because Indian jurisdiction is different. They are seeking a protection in US. That is different file. Okay.
Okay.
So certainly you can seek a protection in India provided so you got added novelty to that particular invention. Okay.
Okay. Okay, sir. After filing provisional patent application, if anyone copies between the timeline of 12 months, what we have to do? It takes long process. After 12 months also it will take long process.
No, 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 no. So in that case, you should be very quick enough to furnish it within 12 months. Otherwise, if you feel like it cannot be accomplished within 12 months, then you wait for the proof of concept or a product. Once you get a product, then you go for a complete specification rather than filing for a provisional specification or provisional application. If you have a confidence you are going to accomplish it or you are going to get the product within 12 months, then you can file the complete specification within 12 months. Otherwise you wait for the product, then you go once for all complete specification filing.
What are the charges for this, sir? Approximately. It is like
Statutory government fee, it ranges from 4,600 to
yeah.
5,000, up to
Okay.
5,000, 6,400 is the highest one. It's all depends on the applicant. If you are applicant, women entrepreneur is applicant, again there will be like a 80% reduction in the fee. And there are
Okay.
many encouraging startup initiatives are also it is there, so where you can avail those things. You can contact me, or like if you need you can get into like Indian Patent Office website,
Okay.
so where you
Sir,
come to
can
know
I
women
have
entrepreneur.
your contact info, please?
Yeah, I'll put it in the chat box. If anybody wants,
Yes.
you can use it. Okay.
Yes, please. Yes. Thank you, sir. It was very informative session.
Oh, thank you, thanks a lot. So, if at least one person will get benefit from this particular system, that itself is like a great achievement for me. The only my concern is, so you should understand better about the IPR, so that
Yeah.
you are not going to lose any opportunity of IP protection, because India needs innovation. Okay. Okay, I'm just leaving my contact details. You can use it.
Thank you, sir.
Any other queries? Okay, you can leave it in the chat box so I can answer it.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Already I texted you, sir.
Oh, is it? Oh, thank you.
Yeah. You can
Thank you.
see in your chat box.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
On
Thank you very
behalf
much.
of Manage, we would like to thank you immensely for this wonderful presentation. And now I request Dr. Harsha Naik, sir, to deliver session. Dr. Harsha, sir, please share your presentation, sir. Sir, can you share your presentation?
Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Audible, audible.
Yeah. Can I share my presentation?
Yes, sir. Please. Make it full screen, sir. Yes. Sir. Thank you, sir. On behalf of KST and Manage, I would like to welcome you to deliver ornamental fish farming presentation.
Thank you. Thank you. I would like to thank Manage Hyderabad and KSTA for giving me an opportunity to take a part in this training program. And special thanks to Ramesh sir. I'm dealing with the ornamental fish farming. Myself, Dr. Harsha Nayak, working as an assistant professor and scientist in Fisheries Research and Information Center, Esarghatta, Bengaluru. I start my presentation. Sir, am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please continue.
Can you able to see the slides?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Coming to the introduction, when we say ornamental fish, it is very attractive and colorful and peaceful in nature, and it is suitable for keeping in the captivity and are adaptable for live in confined waters, living in confined spaces. And it is also called as living jewels because of its beautiful colors and playful nature. Keeping ornamental fishes in home aquarium or garden pools, giving an immense pleasure to the young and old people. It is less expensive and less easy to maintain when compared to other pets. And you can keep it in very small area without minimum maintenance, without or minimum maintenance. The hobby of keeping ornamental fish will reduce the stress, and it decreases the blood pressure in the human beings, and it develops a sense of attachment with the nature and makes us feel marvelous at the beautiful creations of the nature. The hobby of keeping ornamental fish can be developed as a source of self-employment by taking various types of activities such as culture of natural varieties of ornamental fish, breeding, fish export, fish rearing, and supply of accessories, etc. When coming to the history, this ornamental aquarium hobby started previously 90 years old. It is begun by British when British are ruling in India. Initially, they have started with the aquarium in small bowls and fancy marble ponds. They used to keep the fish, and in 1930s, some of the fish hobbyists they have brought some of the endemic species to India, like dwarf gourami, glass fishes, and some of the bass they have brought. And after 1947, after the independence of India, the aquarium retail shops were formed, and fancy type of aquaria were used to keep this aquarium. Export of live wild mammals, reptiles, and birds was a big business, which paid a way for export of freshwater tropical fish. Transmit time was only drawback as fish transported in open metal drums by sea, which caused a heavy mortality. This resulted in better packing medium, and fishes were sent by air. When we see the global scenario, among the 7.2 million homes. Am I audible, sir? Hello?
Audible, sir. Audible. Please go ahead.
Audible. Somewhere I got the comment, I'm not audible. Yeah. 7.2 million homes in USA. In that, 3.2 million homes in European Union having an aquarium. Empeda in India shows 1 million aquarium fish hobbies in country, and number is increasing day by day throughout the world, throughout the India. And global trade of ornamental fish is 500 crores. In that, India contribution is only 4 crores. USA, Europe, Japan, Australia, Singapore, Indonesia, and other countries are the major traders of these ornamental fishes. Nearly 60% of total exports are by the Asian countries, and 80% of freshwater origin, and the rest is marine and brackish water fishes. The ornamental fishes in that 80% are mainly freshwater origin, and marine and brackish water is very less than 20%. And when we see the annual growth of this trade is around 14%. When it comes to the Indian scenario, India is having both freshwater and marine water and brackish water ornamental fishes. Belongs to 119 genera, 250 species, falling under 53 families and 10 orders. Internal ornamental fish trade is around 150 million and export is around 40 million. And 90% of fish export is from Kolkata, Mumbai and Chennai. 2% is from Chennai. Major is from the Kolkata. And rich, because of rich biodiversity of species, tropical climate and less labor, varied freshwater sources, this is suitable for ornamental fish culture. When coming to the Karnataka, ornamental fish is 50 to 60 lakhs per month, nearly 400 shops from the Karnataka, 80 to 100 ornamental fish breeders in the Karnataka, but only commercial breeders are very less. Few commercially breeders are available in Karnataka. Around 5 to 6 breeders we can get in Karnataka. Nearly 50 species of ornamental fishes have been recorded from tanks, river basins, four order and 14 families. The ornamental fish breed 2 to 3 times in a year. Most of the seed is collected from the natural resource and they are marketed. Major ornamental fishes of Karnataka is two-spot barb, melon barb, black spot barb, zebra dineo, Malabar dineo, slender raspora, double mouth or rhinoceros. These are all the different ornamental fishes available in Karnataka. This is the fishes brought from different countries and different states of India. These ornamental fishes are mainly categorized into two categories based on the breeding behavior. One is live bearers and another one is the egg layer. Live bearers means the fishes give direct birth to the young ones. And the example is guppies, platy, swordtail and molly. Egg layers, they are based on the egg laying habitats. They are divided into 5 categories. Egg scatterers laying non-adhesive eggs. For example, zebrafish, egg scatterers with laying adhesive eggs, and egg depositors, egg barriers, nest builders.
The slide not.
And come to the live bearers. Pardon?
Slide is not changed, sir. Global scenario slide you can see. Is it the same one, sir?
Can you speak loudly, sir?
Is it the global scenario slide, sir? Yes, sir. Now the slide changed. Please continue, sir.
Yeah. Live bearers, they give direct birth to the young ones and reproduce only in few numbers of springs when compared to the egg layers. Breeding is relatively very easy when compared to the egg layers. The common live bearers include guppy, black molly, swordtail, and platy. They will give around 50 to 100 number of young ones. When they are properly fed with natural food, supplemented with better artificial feed, and mortality caused by predation, cannibalism could be checked. Thereby, survival rate of these offsprings can be increased. It will take 6 to 8. The live bearers will take 6 to 8 weeks to mature. Once the male uses to insert its gonopodium with milk into the female fish. Fish and eggs are fertilized inside the mother body. After fertilization, the embryo grows to a tiny young ones and it becomes ready for pre-swimming within 4 weeks of gestation period. Plants like Kabamba, hydrilla, or Vallisneria can be kept in the aquarium to save these young ones from the mother. This is the breeding chart. You can see guppy. If you take guppy, male is Can you see the slide, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It was global scenario slide only till now. That's the reason I asked. Please continue, sir. Now.
Breeding table of live bearers. Can you see the slide, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now I can see. Yes, sir.
Yeah, These are the different type of fishes. Platy, swordtail, black molly. This is the identification character of male and female. Male in the guppies, male in the ornamental fishes, male is very beautiful than the female, and male is larger than the female. In case of live bearers, male is smaller with more flowing fins and pointed anal fin or monopodium. The male will be sizing around 2.5 to 3.5 centimeter, female will be 5 to 6 centimeter, and the gestation period is 21 to 35 days. After gestation period, the 20 to 100 young ones will be given by the female based on the variety. In platy, 10 to 100 young ones. In shorttail, 20 to 100 young ones, and black molly, 30 to 70 young ones. And this is the difference between male and female. You can see male is very beautiful and smaller in size. The fins are very high fins, and the main character of this live bearer is the anal fin is modified into gonopodium. This is the rod-like structure where it is absent in the female. Now, here by this we can identify the male and female. This is in case of swordtail. In the male swordtail, sword will be there in the tail region. This is male and this is the female. You can see this is the gonopodium, and this is where in the female there is no gonopodium. This is the anal fin. Where anal fin is modified into gonopodium. We can this is how we can clearly differentiate between male and female. This is the female fish and this is the male fish in case of molly, black molly. And this is a platy. You can see the gonopodium, and here it is absent. This is the male and this is the female. This is a rosy bar. This is the pink color one is male and female is yellow color. The other varieties of platy, moontail molly, sailfin molly. This is the guppy. These are all the live bearers. When come to the egg layers, there are separate male and female hormones are produced in fishes. During the spawning period, female releases the eggs in the water, and male simultaneously release the milk to fertilize these eggs. Once the eggs are fertilized, external fertilization will occur. The important groups of egg layers are barbs, rasboras, goldfish, tetras, danios, bettas, angel, and gouramis. In that 5 categories there, these are all the egg layers: striped barbs, rosy barb, danios, fighterfish, neon tetra, angelfish. This is the egg scatterers laying non-adhesive eggs. For best example is zebrafish. It is an egg scatterer. It is having a habit of once they lay the eggs, the female and male, they feed on the eggs. So we have to separate these eggs by keeping a pebbles or by keeping any other particles or by keeping these fishes in the cage. The male and female in the ratio 2:1 or 3:1 will be kept in the breeding tank. Once the female is introduced in the breeding tank 1 day earlier than the males, the eggs require 2 to 3 days after hatching time if the temperature is favorable. As soon as the tiny hatchlings are seen in the aquarium, the parents are to be in the tanks. Parents are removed. The hatchling take 2 days to observe the yellow yolk sac. Then after 2 days, they are transported to the nursery tank. This is the green zebra. In that 3 varieties of zebra is available: green, blue, yellow. 4 variety: yellow and pink. This is the green zebra. And egg scatterers laying adhesive eggs. They lay the eggs, but eggs are adhesive in nature. For that, we have to give some of the substrate like plants or some plants or hapa, anything we have to give it. Like we can use hydrilla or kabamba for adhesive for the eggs. Goldfish is considered as an egg scatterer. The female and male in the ratio of in case of egg layers, male ratio is more. If we are breeding egg layers, one female will be met with the two males. In case of live bearers, one male can be met with two females. Once the goldfish, the male and female in the ratio of 1:2, breeding tank in the they have kept in the breeding tank in the late evening hours. Egg laying usually takes place within 6 to 12 hours. Once the egg laid and in the tank, the parents are removed from the tank. They are generally female lays 2,000 to 3,000 eggs per female based on the body weight of the fish. The fertilized eggs are clear, transparent in color in the beginning, and the unfertilized eggs are white, opaque in the color. And fertilized eggs are moved to the hatching tank. Then they are hatched based on the favorable condition of the temperature. It will take 24 hours to 36 hours based on the temperature. Once the egg is hatched, spawn comes out, and then the spawn is released to the nursery tanks. Egg depositors, these are the barbs coming under this egg depositor family. They are very small in nature. They are very difficult to breed. It requires a temperature of 25 degree to 28 degrees Celsius. And they will give 250 eggs per female, and they will require slightly acidic water of pH of 5.5. After conditioning of male and female, they are placed in a planted tank. Once the spawning occurs, indicated by slimness of the female will be very bulged, female belly will be bulged before spawning. Once the spawning occurs, it becomes slim. And once the spawning occurs, both the parents are removed from the tanks and eggs are collected for hatching, and then fry to nursery. These are all the barbs, different types of barbs available: cherry barb, tiger barb, rosy barb, shellfin barb, and egg bearers. Killifish is the best example. They lay their eggs in a soft pit at the bottom of the tank or in densely planted aquarium tanks. They are good jumpers, and we should cover the aquarium with the cover to avoid jumping of parents. The eggs are capable of remaining in viable even under dried condition, and hatching may be possible even after some weeks or months when placed again in water. In drought condition, parents may die, but their eggs remain alive until the next rain. They rarely grow up to 3 to 4 centimeters in total length and are short-lived. These are all the killifish, different varieties of killifiches. And the next barriers, best examples are gourami, Siamese algae, and Siamese fighter and algae angelfish. Here, the mature male is introduced in the breeding tank. Once the male produces the bubble nest in the surface, we have to provide some of the leaves or some of the plastic line. In that, they will produce bubble nest. After production of build of bubble nest, the female is introduced into the breeding tank, and male and female lays the eggs. After laying of eggs, female is collected, removed from the tank. Only egg with the male is left in the tank. Once the egg hatches and spawn comes out, the male will take care of the spawn, and these spawns are transferred after the yolk sac absorption. This is the identification of male and female in gouramis. We can see pointed dorsal fin. In case of female, here it is a round dorsal fin. This pointed dorsal fin is longer than the extended than the caudal peduncle. In case of female, it is very less, and the female having a rounded body, where in the male it is the bubble net formed by the male. In this bubble net, female will lay the egg. Once the eggs are laid, the female is transferred to the breeding tank. female is taken out and the male with the egg is kept in the breeding tank after hatching. Commercially important ornamental fishes are goldfish. This I already said. These are all the different varieties of goldfish. Red cap gold, Poranda gold, Blackmore gold, pearl gold, Bowline gold, SK gold, and whale-tail gold, line-head gold. These are all the different varieties of goldfishes commercially available. The arowana, this is it is used as a vastu fish. It is it is costing around 10,000 to 1 lakh rupees per arowana based on the variety. Nowadays, in the Feng Shui, it is called as a vastu fish, where Chinese used to keep these fishes in a tank and used as a vastu. There are different types of arowana: red chili arowana, golden arowana, silver arowana, white arowana. These are all the varieties of arowana, and these are the different types of ornamental fish, which is the leg layer, barb, tiger barb, zebra danio, neon tetra. You can see the ornamental fishes: zebra, neon tetra, cardinal tetra. These are fighters. Around 200 to 300 varieties of variety color is available in this fighter. It is costing from 60 rupees to 500,000, 2,000 rupees. Is the different varieties of gourami, dark gourami, and neon colisa and kissing gourami. The discus fish. This will be costing around 2 lakh to 3 lakh rupees based on the variety. This is the discus, the angel fish. And for the ornamental fish, we need a pH of 6 to 9 pH, temperature of 20 to 30 degree, and an average temperature of 25 degrees Celsius. Ammonia should be 0.4, less than 0.4 mg per liter. Nitrate should be 0.1 mg per liter. Nitrate should be 0.50 mg per liter. Dissolved oxygen should be 5 to 8 mg per liter, and it requires soft water. When it comes to the diet, carnivorous require worms, crustaceans, insect or other fishes, and herbivorous require plants and algae. Omnivorous require animal and vegetable matters. Flakes, artificial food in the form of tablet can be used as a diet. Frozen foods like worms, plankton, shrimps, and fish can be used as a diet. And this is the different types of construction used for ornamental fish production. The slide is moving.
Now it's on diets, sir. Till now it was arowana. Now it's on diets. Now different types of constructions.
Now which slide is different types of construction?
Yes, sir. Now we can see different types of constructions. Yes, sir. Now we can see different types of constructions.
Now
Nothing has changed, sir.
1 minute. Can you see the slide, sir? Earthen pond.
Earthen ponds, yes, sir.
Yeah. This is the type of ponds which can be used for ornamental fish culture. Earthen ponds are the water bodies below the ground levels. If the soil is good to hold the water, and it can be used for ornamental fish culture, fish rearing, and fish breeding purpose. If the water holding is not there, then we can go for plastic lining with the earthen pond, and also we can go for cement earthen pond. This is the one type of construction we can use it for ornamental fish production. You can use this type of ponds can be used for egg layers like goldfish, koi carp, and other fishes. And this is a polyhouse or a greenhouse. It is used to create humidity. Very small quantity or live bearers can be grown in this unit, like mostly used for breeding, used as a breeding unit, because breeding unit require a humid temperature, and it avoids the sudden temperature drops. And square tanks, this can be used to breed the live bearer of ornamental fish. It is very easy to maintain, and it can be used with or without hopper. And this is a square tank where you can use, it is ideal setup for breeding the live bearers, ornamental fish, where we can see there is a two chamber. Here in this chamber, we can collect we can leave the brooders, like if you are breeding the guppy, you can leave 50 numbers of guppies, 30 female and 20 males, we can give it, and after once they breed, the young ones come through this hapa and it will be collected in this chamber, and the young ones can be easily collected and transferred to the nursery. And this is a circular rings. Here, once the young ones are collected, this young ones are collected, they are transferred to this nursery tank for up to marketable size. This can be used. This is a rectangle cement pond. It can be used as a rearing. This is used to breed rare big sized fishes, and it is very easy to maintain, and you can easily siphon the water, and also we can easily harvest the grown fishes. When you are into ornamental fish production, this is very important to choose the brooders, because selection of sir, can you see the slide?
Sir, bring the brooder.
Yeah.
Make it full slide, sir.
Yeah. Choosing of brooder is a very important part when you are starting the ornamental industry or ornamental aqua farm, because always start with low risk and hardy fishes, like whenever you are starting the ornamental fish production, first initially we have to start with the live bearers like platies, mollies, swordtail, and other fishes. After once you get the experience, then you can shift towards the egg layers. The choosing of brooders is very important. You have to choose very good colored brooder, good colored, good finnage, with a good finnage and good phenotypic character. And the brooder which you are buying should be from trusted source, and brooder which you have brought should not be having any infection. It should be free from all the infections. Nursery management, once the brooder is chosen and you have bred the fishes, then comes to the nursery management. Once the fry is harvested, harvesting is done on the timely basis. Fries are given a special feed in their early days of early days of nursery, like 15 initially 15 days you have to give very good feed. Water should be very clear so that we can clearly see the new young ones. And nursery unit should be free from algae, because fry tend to get stuck in the same, and it will die because of the algae. And partial water exchange can be done to avoid the development of this algae, and low aeration should be kept in the nursery tank to avoid the damage to the prey stocked in the nursery tank. Once the spawning is the most important process. First, you have to study about the fishes which you want to breed. Once the live bearers mostly work on 1:4 ratio or 1:2 ratio for the breeding. Give them a proper aeration and good quality of water. Keep a close watch on the new young ones, because once you are stock the male and female live bearers, it will start breed within 1 or 2 days of maturity. Keep a watch on heater and filters if you are breeding a egg layer fish in a glass aquarium. In some cases, female fish needs to be separated after the new young ones, because these female will feed on the new young ones. And calculate the proper amount of hormones while doing the induced breeding. And rearing management, once the nursery period is completed, these fries are transferred to the rearing tank up to marketable size with the live feed. And you have to calculate the water level based on the water volume. You have to stock the fries and keep the water safe from free from impurities. And partial exchange of water is done by seeing the color of water, by seeing the ammonia, nitrate, or other water parameter. And you should not forget to select the best one from the fry to maintain your brood bank. Once you have bred the fishes, you have to select some of the good colored, good finished fishes. You have to shift it to brooder tanks. You can use it as a brooders, and do not mix any other fishes in the pond where you are rearing the fries. Siphon cleaning is done at least once in a month to remove the leftover feed or sludge in the bottom of the tank. For a live bearer fry to grow up to a marketable size, time required is 60 to 90 days, depending on the maintenance. Now, holding management, once you rear this fry to the marketable size, the holding is very important, because holding the grow ready for a market is an easy task. However, things go wrong if not maintained well. Similar sized and similar colored fish should be kept in one tank, and you have to rate it according to the size and according to the color. Ensure that the species are well separated and kept, and holding unit is in a properly ventilated area. If there is a electricity issue, then the natural air can be keep the fishes healthy. And calculate the water capacity. Based on the water capacity only, you have to hold the fishes and create a good display for the marketing. And disease management, this is very important. There are various diseases that can occur or can be transmitted from the other sources. A mixture of different chemicals like potassium permanganate, malachite green, methylene blue, formaldehyde, and rock salt can be used as a treatment in a short bath treatment, long bath treatment. And before that, identifying the infected fish is very important. Commonly found diseases in the ornamental fishes industries: fish lice, anchor worms, fin rot, and white spot. Fish lice and fish anchor worm, it penetrate into the fish body and sucks the fish blood, so that fish will die. You have to use some of the formalin or butox for treating this fish anchor worms and fish lice. For fin fungal infection, you can give malachite green and white spot. In case of cold season, you can get this white spot. This is a infection. It weakens the fish, prominent white spots on the fish body. Short bath treatment, where the chemical mixed into a water to form a solution, where the fish is dipped and kept there for 12 seconds and released into the clear water. For the long bath treatment, you have to lower the dose, and you have to keep it for long period of time. And marketing strategy, targeting the local market at the beginning is the best practice. Quality of the local bred fishes for the local customer is the best. It saves the transportation cost, weather issues, and acclimatization issues. Weekly approach for the delivery is very important. Constant price match with the market, compare the prices, ensure the marketing is done as per the supply of capacity to ensure consistency of supply. Creating the cycle, this is very important. Once you bred the fishes, consistency on supply chain and production to ensure that marketing is healthy and profitable. We need to ensure that production is always on. Right, use a standard operating procedure for an aqua farm to run this ornamental production. And need for this development sector is training center for breeding and culture, breeding of broodstock and seed for aqua clinics, water, soil and health laboratories, and promotion of ornamental fish production through extension networks and self-help groups. Microfinancing and marketing network is required. Backyard ornamental fish breeding and management found offer immense scope for improving the livelihood to rural men and women as a subsidiary occupation. For all this, we need a training. Why training is required? Because getting trained for the ornamental fish production basics of the ornamental fish production is required for start of the aqua farm or start of the ornamental fish production. You have to understand the pros and constraints of the venture and the construction costs and reliability, whether it is reliable or not, and what level I can go for construction, and understanding the profit, how best I can do it, analyzing the market need, which are all the varieties we have to do it, which are all the varieties is in demand, and getting the knowledge on fish breeding and their habitat. This is very important. And integrated approach, utilizing the resource, what resource you have, what to be fulfilled, starting with the low risk and hardy species. All this can be, all this knowledge can be earned by getting a training. This is a just activity of breeding of common carp. I'll just show you the picture. This is the male common carp and this is the female, koi carp, and this is the female koi carp, where you can see bulged stomach. This is a selection of brooders. Once we drag the fishes and we'll select based on the maturity. Once here in the female, the bulged stomach belly will be there. And once the male and female is selected, it is released into the breeding hapa, and then substrate is added for attaching the you can see here substrate is added, hydrilla is added, hydrilla plant. Once the hydrilla plant is added, the spawning will start. Egg is released into the breeding tank. The eggs are attached to this hydrilla. You can see the tiny eggs. These are eggs, small eggs. You can see this is the white. White is the unfertilized eggs, and the transparent is the cannot identify in this picture. You can see this is the unfertilized egg. This is the fertilized egg. After once the egg is released, this egg is transferred into the different hapa, and the eggs are kept for hatching. After 24 to 36 hours, based on the favorable temperature, the egg will hatch, and this is the spawn. It comes out. These are all the spawns of koi carp, and these spawns is stocked into the nursery pond for and it is reared up to 60 to 90 days based on the up to marketable size. Then it is released, marketed. Thank you. Do you have any doubt?
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. The audience want to know where they can get training and what is the sustainability.
This is the video I'll show you. Can you see the video?
Not yet, sir.
Can you see the video?
No, sir, not yet, not yet.
This is the young ones after hatching. Can you see the young ones?
No, sir. No, sir. Any video, it's black screen only we can see. Sir, video is not playing.
Yeah, this is the young ones. Can you see?
Video is not sharing.
It is not showing. Okay. Okay. You have any doubt?
Any training institutions from the states and there are any linkages from the government institutions for marketing on these ornamental fishing related things? Pardon, sir? Did you hear me?
I'm not able to hear you.
Are there any training institutes and government institutions that can help in marketing linkages related to this?
We are giving training, our Fisheries Research and Information Center, Esagata, we are giving training on ornamental fish breeding, rearing and marketing topic.
Thank you, sir.
If anybody is interested to produce ornamental fish, they can feel free to contact me, and for marketing also no problem. We will connect you to the any fish, any vendors to the market, no problem.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. If you can share your contact details with the audience who are.
I have shared it in the beginning slide. It is there.
So if we will give them, sir. If anybody is interested, we will give contact details, email ID, and contact them. From your end. Thank you, sir. On behalf of KSTA and on behalf of Manage, I would like to thank you immensely. Also, on behalf of all the audience, thanks for your wonderful and elaborative. Now,
Thank you.
yes, sir. Thank you, sir. I may request you to give a few more presentations in coming days, sir. I seek your association in future events also. Thank you, Arshaji. You can share your videos, sir. We can share them to the audiences. Now there will be a break, 15 minutes. 2:15, request you to join for the next session by Srikant Patraji on creation of project proposal. Thank you. Now you can break 15 minutes. Thank you, Arshaji. Thank you, Srikantji.